spectacular thing.
Well,
grammatically, it's a rarity.
I don't know.
It's
spectacular.
It's spectacular. There's already an S on the end, and you just get to keep it there. And now, not only does it retain the original meaning, but you add a little apostrophe, and now it has a double meaning. It's incredible. Grammatically speaking, it's incredible. It's one of the great grammatical wonders of the world. And by world, I mean just the people who speak English, because it wouldn't apply in other languages whatsoever.
Is there another language that matters?
I'm racking my brain hard. Can't think of one.
There you go.
English is, they say, the most nonsensical language. Like, it makes no sense. Trying to learn English makes no sense because we don't, like, we put things in odd tenses. We don't conjugate properly. Words mean completely different things, even though it's the same word. You throw an apostrophe at the end of Sam Roberts, and all of a sudden it's possessive.
Different spellings for the same word.
Different. There, and there. People, I can't imagine the trouble
It's gotta
people
be a hard
must
language
have.
to learn.
Impossible.
And then, like, anytime somebody comes here and, like, speaks almost perfectly,
like,
but then messes up, we're like, haha, you suck at English.
You suck at English. What are you doing here? That's
My mom teaches ESL, and, like, it's literally impossible.
Yes, your mom teaches ESL?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, I can't, for adults or kids?
Adults.
I would imagine it's even more difficult for adults that have to sit there, like, they've had this language, whatever language they speak. And there's, like, every other language has rules, like rules that generally don't break. Like, you learn the foundation of the language, and then you apply it to all the different words. And then it just becomes more about translation than actually having to figure out how to use and conjugate. But English, we don't do any of that.
No rules?
No rules, just right.
Yeah.
It's too bad their ancestors weren't better at fighting war and disease.
That's true. No, if that we can do whatever we want as far as languages go. We're a superpower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we promised that we would never do another rule again.
That's right. That's right.
And then we made our language.
Yeah, here it is. We'll make it up as we go. It's like the King's English, but ours is better. We just threw some shit in there. And also sarcasm. Like, sometimes we're sarcastic, and this sentence, you say it exactly the same. It technically means the same thing, but we don't mean it like that. So that's when, once we get into colloquialisms, people are lost forever.
And you can't teach sarcasm on Duolingo.
No, you can't even teach it on Dua Lipa. It's impossible.
Okay.
So it's your mom. Like, how long does it take somebody?
I have not, like, they'll literally ask her a question, and she's like, "You got me." You know, like, there's no answer. It just makes no sense.
That's a good question.
Can you imagine? Like, I don't know. I've heard these Americans are tyrants, but that can't be right. I'm sure it's good, democracy, it's all good. And then you go to this ESL class and you go, why is that the way it is? Because that's the way it is. Learn it or get out of here. There's
the American way.
That's the American way. There's no actual rule of the land. There's no rationale for it whatsoever. It's just, yeah. Oh, is there 3 different wheres too? No, that's were. It's totally different. No, there's 1 where, there's 3 theirs. 2 twos. Actually, 3 twos. There's 3 twos. Deal with it, and we'll get there. Wow. Luckily, we were raised with it, so it makes sense to us. But we got bigger fish to fry right now. I learned about a new football player over the weekend. I was unfamiliar.
A current or former?
Well, I was unfamiliar with his game. Baltimore Ravens. His name is Steve Smith Sr.
Great wide receiver.
Yeah. Apparently.
What'd you learn?
Apparently, that he's a great wide receiver.
An analyst.
An analyst.
Maybe.
Which, again, is one of those ESL things. Does it say analyst? No, it says analyst. Now stop asking gross questions. And, we talk about rules, how the English language doesn't necessarily appeal to all these rules of regular languages. Steve Smith Sr. doesn't appeal to the rules of matrimony. Oh. As far as other relationships go.
Monogamy?
I don't know how he feels about monogamy in his own personal life, but
I do. He is married.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got kids.
Ooh. How old are his kids?
Old enough.
Old enough to know better?
Old enough to be in school and probably have to deal with this morning.
Okay. I hope they don't have serious.
What, all the congratulations?
That's true. I mean, but that's a lot of kids.
Yeah, it's 4.
4 kids. One of them is kind of young. That one in the middle is the one that he looks like that show Smart Guy. Remember?
No.
Remember Smart Guy?
Smart Guy?
You remember, right, Mike?
Was it on Pix 11 or something like
right.
that?
That's right. Yep.
Real precocious kid.
He was precocious, but
Very
very
small.
smart. Very small, very smart.
97?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this show.
Well, he was like a little 4th grader who was
The Maori brother.
That's right. He's the Maori brother. He's the
Yeah.
sister. He's the sister twins. That's their brother.
They had a
His
brother?
Yes.
I thought they were just sister.
They were sister, but then Smart Guy was the smart guy.
Don't they not
Taj,
talk to each other anymore?
bro, I don't know. I'm not a Maori.
I don't think the Maoris talk to each other anymore.
Do they talk
The
to?
girls?
Yeah.
What?
I don't think so. I'm sorry to
What?
break this to you.
That's
Danielle.
crazy.
That may be a
Hold
rumor
on.
that he's just spreading. You better look that up, Danielle, because he talks out of his ass sometimes.
I don't.
I can't imagine Tia and Tamara not speaking to
The
each other.
switches? Like, what's happening?
Right. I mean, maybe they're not speaking to Taj. I don't know. Yeah, you don't remember Taj was the smart guy? He was like a 4th grader or something, but he was a genius, so they sent him into high school, and he was smaller than the other people, you see?
No, I don't remember that at all.
Yes.
She
Tia-
said,
Tia Mowry clarifies her comment about wishing she was still close to sister Tamara. Okay, so maybe they're not still, like, sharing a bunk bed.
Yeah, is this like physical distance close or like
Right.
emotional?
she said they aren't as close as they used to be following her divorce. Blah, blah, blah.
I came into this world with a twin, and right after that, I went into a 22-year relationship. So I have never been alone in life. It has been quite a journey. But that sounds like just like she's an adult now.
Right, but then she says it's time like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could pick up the phone and call her. And then
she
everybody,
can't even call her sister?
everybody
What?
ran
That's
with that.
Why
nuts.
can't she call her?
Which one is this? Tia? Does Tamara not have a phone?
No, I don't know if it's like.
I mean, she can't call Tamara?
Yeah, maybe she's a deadbeat and it just got disconnected.
Maybe.
I mean, you could get Boost Mobile. Like,
Yeah. Where you at?
it's not that hard.
Whoa. Why can't she call Tamara?
You guys all doubted me.
Well,
You don't know anything
I didn't
about
doubt.
sister.
I never heard that.
it was shocking. It was a shocking thing for all of us to hear.
Keep up on sister.
You didn't even know they had a brother.
Yeah, because it was about sister.
I see. You don't go past the when it comes to the Maoris, you don't go past Tia or Tamara.
And whoever the kid was on sister.
Roger?
Was that his name?
Of course.
I think there was an episode where the father got snipped, so it was confusing for everybody.
I see. I forgot about the vasectomy episode. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Roger, who was in some R&B group under the name Batman. His name as a musician was Batman.
How do you know that?
How would you forget it? Some guy was just like, yeah, my name is Batman. I'm a recording artist. What? Your name is Batman is my name? I'm telling you, look
No,
it up.
you're right, Batman.
Batman.
Other names, Batman. You can't just make that your name.
AKA Batman. DC Comics was
that's
like,
not how
nope,
it works.
nope. DC Comics was like, that's not going to happen. That's not something you can just do. But he was a kid, and he was an R&B star. So, like, if you're a kid and you're a recording artist, what's cooler than being like, I'd like to be known as Batman?
It's stolen valor.
Well, so is Captain Chaos, but
That's
Yeah.
true, Captain Chaos.
he didn't care.
But he
No.
didn't name himself Captain Chaos.
Yeah, no, Roger named himself Batman.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm Batman.
That's right. Yeah, he was Roger and he was Batman.
I mean, he's Roger. Number one, he's Roger.
Yeah, but Roger very much felt like they were trying to make like a cooler version of Urkel.
Yeah,
He was the annoying
And it
neighbor,
worked.
you know what I mean?
I remember him to this day.
Well, you didn't know his name was Batman. No. Yeah, so how come Tia and Tamara aren't talking anymore? We need to figure this out. Why can't she call her? She said, you could hear it from me. Oh,
No, she clarified and said she was referring to their physical distance,
No.
which really sounds
no,
like you're covering something up.
that's PR.
Yeah,
That's PR.
like you just said you can't pick up the phone and call her.
I
You
wish
can't turn around and be like, oh, I meant like physically, I can't pick up the phone and call her.
I
too
love
far
my
away.
sister. In these transitions in life, sometimes you just want a hug and you want someone to be as accessible as they used to be, and that is not the case. It's called life. I love my sister very much. She loves me very much. We have a closeness and a beautiful connection. But that's what that was all about. It's just how life unfolds. It happens with many families. That's not what you said. You said you couldn't call her. Did she say I can't call her when like doing an interview?
Oh, you like? I wish I could call her right now.
Was that
Unfortunately, I'm in an interview. Yeah. That was on the Today Show.
They didn't follow up? Why can't you call Tamara, your Tia?
No, they were
Jenna
like,
Bush didn't say, hey,
Here's some wine.
Hoda didn't pop in and say, hey, before I go, somebody needs to clear this up. Why can't you call Tamara? If I'm Hoda, I'm in there. I don't care if I'm in, my office watching on a TV screen. I'm running into that studio and saying, hey, do not let Tia out of this place before we find out why can't she call Tamara.
Sister.
I'm looking at their Instagrams. And Tia posts a lot of throwbacks of the two of them.
Oh, boy.
No presents.
Oh, boy. And it wouldn't be that tough to fake it either. You could just kind of double up a photo that you're in and go, yep, this is me and Tamara.
Maybe Tia sucks.
No. Tia's you saying, but then why is Tamara not, Tamara's quiet about it?
Yeah, because she doesn't want to put Tia on blast.
Because she knows it'll get ugly.
Yeah.
You don't want to know.
She's like, no, Tia smells, and that's why she got divorced.
I hope it's not that she stinks. I hope it's not an odor thing. The idea that an odor could be so bad that it would cause a rift between twins is terrible. Possible, but terrible. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
Wow. She can't call her sister. And I can't believe Hoda didn't say, why not? Do you not have her phone number? Does she not pick up your
There's
call?
no follow-up questions at the 10 o'clock block on the Today Show.
They
What?
got to.
No.
They just say, like...
That's where they, like, drink wine and get half a buzz, and then, like...
Oh, that was Kathy Lee.
Yeah.
She was on the Kathy Lee Hour.
Yeah.
They're all drunk and making confessions about the fact that they don't talk to their sisters anymore. I see. It's like a ladies' book club.
Tia's comments echo what a source previously told Today.
Was it Taj Mowry? Was it the brother? Or was it Roger, a.k.a. Batman?
At the time...
Today.com spoke with Batman. Who played Roger.
Oh, the show was referring to closeness in terms of proximity. Shut up.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. You could call somebody.
Go back to the quote.
Her original
The
quote?
original quote. Being alone has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could pick up the phone and call her. And she's going to say, no, that's a Foo Fighters lyric. It's times like this. I mean, and how long ago was this, by the way?
This was last year, September.
Okay, all right, that's not even that long ago. Okay,
No,
I thought we were covering some sister drama from maybe 2018.
I'm not
or
giving
something
you
like
old
that.
shit.
Oh, okay.
No.
I didn't realize how up on this you were.
Yeah.
I also love that you're an expert on these two and nothing of the peripheral around them. That's
where it ends.
Nothing.
I remember the mom and the dad.
But if I were to actually ask you about Jackée,
No.
you'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think she did anything else after that.
She was famous before it.
For what?
227 was huge.
Nobody watched 227.
Okay. Jackée Harry was like the name on the show.
No, the Mowry sisters were.
They weren't famous before Sister Sister. They were famous. And Tim Reed was big. He was on WKRP.
I didn't watch WKRP.
What'd you watch?
I wasn't born yet.
I know what you watched.
What? NYPD
Sister
Blue?
Sister.
Oh,
No,
Sister.
just Sister Sister. And you were watching that show, and you said, you know what all these people are famous for? This show.
This show.
It's
like
great.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Everybody got big on that show. Oh, good. Sister Sister is streaming on Paramount Plus.
All right, I'll check that
It
out.
actually looks like it's streaming everywhere.
I guess the rights are not like insanely difficult
They're
to
like,
get.
yeah, you want it?
Yeah.
It's all on YouTube for free.
It's on Hulu, Disney, Paramount, Amazon, and Pluto. Okay. And Roku. It's on the Roku channel. All right, well. And also it's on BET, if you want to just watch it on regular TV.
BET Her.
Oh, BET Her. Okay, I'll check that out. Pierre in North Hook.
Morning, boys.
Morning.
Travis is coming off like a real dork right now.
Hit me.
He didn't watch and Tucker's prick the sister. Come on, man.
You
You know
didn't-
you lying, Travis.
Come on, Travis, you're lying.
I guess you got me.
And what? You know Raj was climbing that ladder, Sammy, and tugging his little ding dong.
It was that was really the
People who listen to this show.
No, that was. I always thought that was the underlying kind of subtext of the
Of
show.
course he was. He had a ladder going up there. Okay, Sam, you and I, because Travis allegedly doesn't know about the sister universe.
That's right.
F, Mary, kill, Tia, Tamara, or Jack Hay.
Oof, oh boy, that's tough. Okay.
Ooh, Lester, you nasty.
Well, Jack Hay
Sam.
was sassy.
Yeah, thank you,
You're not going to
Pierre.
answer that. He asked you a question.
F, Mary, kill.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who did the wrong between Tia and Tamara.
Tamara. No, wait, Tia. I'm going to say
Because I'm the lack of a statement from Tamara is concerning to me, and I like that Tia's still out there. I like that Tia's
Well,
still
they're both
doing
out
media.
there.
Tamara is too.
Yeah.
Nobody's asking her about her phone. What's wrong, Tamara? Can't pick up the phone, Tamara? Nobody's brought it up.
No, I think Tamara's husband just got.
Oh, but she. Okay, wait. Can you go back to Tamara's Twitter account?
Mm-hmm.
Followed by SiriusXM. Can you hit Tia's Twitter account?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see Tia. Tamara is followed by SiriusXM. I'm a
By the
company
way,
guy.
Read that bio. I don't see anything about
Wife,
this.
mommy, oh boy. Wife, mommy, actress, producer, author, and talk show host. Love my life and the Lord. All right, those are great things to love, but it doesn't say she's a sister or a twin. Oh, Sirius follows both of them. That's tough.
Okay.
Oh
Now you don't
boy.
know what to do.
Oh man. Yeah, that's tough. She looks so happy though, this Tia.
Yeah, because she's crazy.
Well, because one of them's getting married and one of them's getting killed. Because I am effing Jack Hay.
Okay.
That's confirmed. She got that ticket right away. That's going to be a lot of fun. Tamara's husband bashed for saying people work for the system.
Work the system.
Work the system in response to SNAP reform. Oh, yeah. I don't like that. I definitely know.
They make some good points.
You don't know what his point is.
I have no idea what he's talking about. What is SNAP? What's SNAP?
Snaps
That's food
like food
stamps.
stamps.
Food stamps. Oh, people. Well, I did see Old Dirty Bastard one time on MTV.
Yeah, I don't see any issue.
Okay.
I saw him. He went to go get his food stamps.
Wait, is Tamara low key like MAGA Tamara, and that's why Tia can't talk to her?
Maybe.
Ooh,
Based.
Is she based? Is Tamara based?
Husband detailed in a post on X his time working in his family-owned shop in his youth, where people would purchase crap food with government assistance. As a
Well,
kid who grew
what
up
are
in
you
neighborhood
talking about?
grocery stores.
What are you going to Whole Foods? I mean, that's a criticism of the system, not
Also,
of the people.
crap food is the best.
I had a lot of crap food this weekend. It
Good
was
for
awesome.
you.
It was awesome.
Yeah, sorry they came in and bought honey buns.
I eat crap food all day, and then I have 2 carrots before bed, and think to myself, "Yep, nailed
And a
it."
Diet Coke.
Yeah. It's all about balance.
I put lettuce on my burger.
Right. That's where the green comes in. The tomato and lettuce that's on my buffalo chicken sandwich. Plus, I went to a place that did potato chips, but they were made from potatoes. Like it was homemade.
Where'd you go? Where's this magical, wonderful place?
It's all in Westchester. But that's vegetables.
Sounds wonderful. Yeah, that is vegetables. It's potato.
100%. Okay, so Tamara's base.
It might be a based.
I think that's what it is. I think we cracked the code on this. I think Tia can't call her sister because Tamara's trying to make America great again.
Sounds good to me.
I think that's where we're at. Yeah. All right. So.
I don't even know how we got
That was it was the brother. We were talking about Taj.
Taj, the smart guy.
But why?
Because Steve Smith Sr.'s son kind of looks like Taj Mowry from Smart Guy.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you, Danielle, for bringing us right back. Like, imagine that little kid was in high school because he was so smart. You know what I'm saying? That's a sitcom right there.
Smart guy. All
Yeah.
right.
I wonder where Taj stands in the Tia. We got to get Taj on the show to see if he's Team Tia or Team Tamara.
Or team neither.
Can you imagine
Sirius
if all
doesn't
three
follow
of them?
Taj.
Why not? He's only got 3K followers. We got to put Taj back on. We got to get Taj on the show.
No tweets since 2012.
All right. So he's not a social media guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good for him.
Maybe he's more of an Instagram guy.
I think he is. He's got a sick Instagram account.
Yeah.
See? 1.3 million followers on Instagram.
Oh, he did Muppets Mayhem
Come on.
on Disney Plus.
If I had a body like that, I'd be on Instagram too. Forget about Twitter.
Had a body like that, I'd be doing Muppets.
What?
Muppets are awesome.
Okay. I don't understand that at
Damn.
all.
I
Yes.
didn't know he was like that.
You didn't even know who he was, dude.
Now I know.
You only know about Tia Tamara.
I thought they were the only Maoris worth
No.
knowing about.
No. Smart Guy was a hugely successful
He was
program.
also on Full House. He was,
Yeah, he was.
Full
Michelle's
House or
friend.
Fuller House?
No,
No.
Full House.
Fuller House. He's on 97 as a kid. What would he be doing on Fuller House?
He was so cute. He was Michelle's best friend.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He was Michelle's best friend on Full House.
Don't just repeat things Danielle says and pretend
She's
like you
on
knew
one
him.
today.
It's true.
Oh, that kid!
Yup.
Yeah, no shit.
I know him.
Yeah,
He was on Full House.
I know. Danielle and I knew that. You did not.
You did not know that.
Yes, I did. I know all about Taj Mowry. And the
I
fact
know that kid.
The fact that Danielle does, even though like this kid had already gone through puberty when Danielle was born. That's shout out to Danielle on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, but she loves the old stuff.
She does. Yeah, she does. The throwback.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Mowrys, by the way, this morning.
Oh, this kid rules.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to tell you, he's the smart guy. So anyway,
Anyway, what'd Steve Smith do?
I had sex with a man's wife. I found that out. This Steve Smith Sr., when he's not thinking about his football career, when he's not analyzing football, when he's not with his own family, he is having sex with other people's wives. So you may wonder, Sam, how did you find out that Steve Smith Sr. was having sex with another man's wife? That seems very personal information. And I would say normally yes. However, the man found out about it, called Steve Smith Sr. to confront him, recorded the phone conversation, and I guess thinking it would humiliate Steve Smith Sr., tweeted out the video of the phone call, as well as like screen grabs that he had gotten off his wife's phone. And I mean, these are some filthy, filthy texts. These are like, it's one thing to find out your wife's having an affair, but an affair to this degree, it's revolting. It's enough to break a man. It's horrible.
NSFW.
Oh, it's not even, and you should be able to watch a little porn at work.
Just a
but
little.
This is a lot. This is a very pornographic conversation. That
This
they
counts
have.
as erotic literature.
It is 100% erotic literature. Like,
At least Yeti coolers is involved.
if my wife were reading these texts in a romance novel, I'd take that romance novel and throw it out the window. I said, you can't be exposed
She'd
to
have to
language
fan
like
herself.
this. I mean,
Like Blanche.
yes, that's 100% what she'd have to do. So, this Tony Martinez, who's the gentleman who has since, I believe, deleted his Twitter account.
Oh, yeah. He deleted it hours later.
Well, yeah, he probably looked at the replies and realized that it wasn't in
Everyone
his
was like,
favor.
yeah, why are you telling everybody this, dude?
So he he made sure the world saw this. So when I say the world, I mean, I'm assuming AB84. Is that Antonio Brown?
That's right.
Okay. So he sent this to Antonio Brown, ESPN, TMZ, the Carolina Panthers?
Yep.
Okay.
Former team
Oh, okay,
for
okay.
Steve Smith.
Okay.
I mean, this is the best thing to happen to the Panthers in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve
Cam
Smith.
Newton loves this.
Steve Smith himself,
just to make sure he sees it.
the NFL Network,
Employer of Steve Smith. Probably
Ghost-
trying to get him canceled.
Ghost Golf Club.
I don't know.
I would imagine that these are Steve Smith Sr.'s sponsors. I really hope.
Maybe, I don't know.
TaylorMade Golf and the Piece de Resistance Yeti Coolers. He made sure that the Yeti Coolers Twitter account was aware that this was all happening. I'm going to tell you right now, sir, that all these at mentions were not necessary. There is no way, at mentioned or not, that Yeti Coolers would miss a scandal like this.
I'm drinking out of a Yeti right now, and I couldn't be prouder.
That's right. You didn't give up on Yeti?
I'm all in on Yeti. I might buy some stock.
It says, my wife works for the
Marching Ravens.
what's the Marching Ravens?
Marching band.
Oh, for the Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he mentioned the Ravens, too.
Just to make sure.
She met Steve Smith Sr. at work. Steve Smith has been he's blocked out the word F blank ing. I believe there is a UCK that is blanked out there.
Yep, that's the fuck word.
And then it says, my wife, I got receipts. I got a lot more, homie. I mean, listen, you proving to the world that Steve Smith had sex with your wife. I don't know if this is the mission that you want to go on, but he released this phone call.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been fucking my wife, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
Yeah.
You fucking knew she was married. You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr.
There's no. Can you pause for a second? You're a player in the NFL. There's no way you're an idiot.
I mean, I've seen the man break down game film.
He's not an idiot.
Very insightful.
You're saying he's not an idiot.
Not an idiot.
Well, it seems like the cat has his tongue here.
Don't try to pull the wool over my eyes. You're a genius.
Is this the genius, Steve Smith Sr.? You knew what you were doing. I mean, if I'm Steve Smith Sr. right now, I'm kind of thinking like, I feel like this is a conversation for you to have with your wife. I'm not 100%. I mean, I am a genius, but I feel like...
I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, I didn't make any vows to you, sir. I did not promise in sickness or in health. I didn't say any of that stuff to you. I didn't even promise that I wouldn't ruin your life. I never made any of those promises. I mean, I have a lot of conversations to have with my wife, but with you, I don't think I ever said anything like that, but I'll let you speak, sir.
You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr.
It's a hard one to say.
It's like, yes, I am. Okay.
What kind of dumb shit was that? Why are you quiet, man? Be a fucking man.
You hung up? Oh, no. Just screen went black.
Just got on 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just eating your
Steve.
wife's pussy.
Yeah. He hasn't hung up.
You ain't a fucking man, bro. All that shit you do on fucking TV,
Right.
all that shit talking you do to other people.
Right.
Now
about-
someone's got you on the fucking phone, you can't even fucking man up.
You talking about being a football analyst?
Yep. He's good at
Hung up. That time he hung up. Did they talk about extramarital affairs on Inside the NFL?
Mike, you watch a lot of football.
Yeah, usually the first 15 minutes or so
Oh, okay.
before.
Smith Sr. I'm sorry. That is generally a mistake, I think, that and I guess it must be a very emotional time, but the idea of reaching out to the person that your partner is having an affair with and yelling at them is very, very misguided. I mean, this Steve Smith Sr. has absolutely no stake in whatever is going on with what's his face, with what's this, Tony Martinez. It's just, I don't think it's a concern for him.
He sends cool selfies.
I mean, he looks happy, very close to the camera. But she said he's saying she looks stunning. About to go work out. I'm getting a little chuck. I meant chunky. Okay. Oh my gosh. Travis, what does that say?
I can't read.
Sure you can.
It says, yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Kissy face.
And then what's the under that?
The rest of it's all blocked out.
Oh. What's the second text say?
I was born at night, but not last night, Sam.
Mike, you want to read it?
Not going to get me to read those on the air.
I can read the grays.
We're going to read some. We're going to make some.
Let me ask you this.
Mike's already furiously writing in his head.
Let me ask you this. Travis, would you be willing to read the
We do
greens?
need some new production.
Would you be willing to read the greens?
No.
Okay.
No.
You would not.
No.
What if I let you, like, just use the, like, for the dirtier words, you could just say the letter. Like, you would have to say deep, but you could say WP. Would that be okay?
All right.
Okay. Okay. You can,
Can I say G?
you would have to say G'd.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
I think that's very fair. And Mike, I feel like
You drive a hard bargain.
I feel like you'll have no problem with any of these words.
That looks like it's all in the King's English.
All right. So why don't we start with the green?
In a voice?
That's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to perform. I'm not that type of director.
Yes, sir.
Take me deep down your throat like you kind of like. You wanted to suck me off.
I did. I would have G'd on it, but I had to come home.
You enjoy it. You like to feel it.
I like feeling it deep in my WP.
Me too. Letting you taste it, though, would be a turn on.
Mm-hmm.
I would have.
We didn't preview this part.
I would have shot my nut all inside your pussy.
I love making you see. I enjoy it more when you see inside me.
Noted. You get to feel it.
Scene.
You really took us there.
You believed it?
I did. I did. Those are sexts from an NFL analyst. Like, those are so fact-based and straight to the point.
Yep.
It's like, okay.
That's a man who designs plays.
Right. Right. I like this because that. And she goes, okay, I will do that.
Noted.
Noted. He did say noted. You get to feel it. And then she sent the heart emoji like
She
to
was
end
done.
the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like these two were not worked up into a froth. You know what I mean? Like it's
No, I mean, like, when you send, like, an emoticon or whatever, that's, like, the best way to end a conversation. That's like, I got
Yeah.
it. Yes.
like a thumbs up emoticon to a work colleague is perfect.
Perfect.
Or a heart emoticon in a sex chat. Do you have the one about the IUD? These are, again, the texts from Steve Smith Sr. to this gentleman's wife that called him and recorded the phone call on Twitter for, I mean, whatever godforsaken reason.
Hang on. I had it somewhere.
Yeah, they're kind
They're
of
hard to find, too.
Well, because the dude deleted his Twitter account, so now you have to find it like in screen grabs of tweets.
Yep.
You know, because you can't even find the old tweets. You have to find the people who posted screen grabs, which I'm sure is very helpful for this gentleman who deleted his Twitter account, not realizing that the internet is forever.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, Mike, you're doing grays or
I'm gray.
Yeah, great.
Okay,
Great.
go ahead.
It's 20 degrees.
And then, Mike, if you could verbalize what you think was going on in this strange selfie.
Which, by the way, people are saying I'm sending this anytime I send a questionable tweet or text now.
Because what it is, it's shot from beneath. He's a hefty guy, you know, linebacker. He's a big guy.
Receiver.
Receiver. He's a big guy. And for some reason, he's decided, let's shoot low. Let's start from below.
It's not
Danielle,
doing his chin favors.
You do selfies?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I hear like...
And let me put a real dumb smile on my face.
and real dumb smile. But you're supposed to take selfies from above, right? That's the...
Yeah, not from under the table.
No. Yeah, a real dumb smile, like, ho, ho, ho.
It's 20 degrees.
Right. So now that we've described it, Mike, if you could make the sound that you would think would come from that photo.
I'm wondering if he's holding on to an erection while doing this.
He kind of looks like the type that holds his phone with both hands when he's taking a selfie.
You think so?
Yeah.
Trying to give like the POV, I guess. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Maybe.
Reverse POV, they call that.
I see. I didn't realize that. But
Mike,
wait, I
this
made
is
him-
open to interpretation. However you interpret this photo,
just the sound.
that's the sound you
The
need
sound.
to make. Let's start from the top.
Okay.
It's 20 degrees. Ho, ho, ho. Turn you over and get deep inside of you.
You're so hot. Deep is an understatement. It felt like you were going to rearrange my IUD. You were so deep. LOL.
What is with the LOL?
It's cute.
To
It's like,
indicate
hey,
humor.
you almost, rearranged my IUD. Ha 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 ha.
I really hope she's used the rearrange my IUD line on her husband, because that's one of those quotes that if you've never heard your wife say that and you read her saying it to somebody else, I mean, it will haunt you for the rest of your life.
I would say based on the husband's phone performance and voice, the timbre of his voice, he has never rearranged an IUD.
Oh, so you think she wasn't like just lying and being sexy here? You think she's being factual?
No,
you were
Steve-
very close to rearranging my IUD.
Steve Smith seems like he could rearrange an IUD.
All right. Has Steve Smith made a comment?
No, he's very quiet.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's only been married since 2000. He's got a 25-year marriage that is blowing up. And this was the lady?
Yeah.
She's in the fucking marching band?
Maybe she's in charge of the marching band?
Yeah, she's in something.
I know.
Maybe she just does like the triangle.
That's true. Or like a tambourine?
Yeah.
Rusty trombone.
Okay.
That's a good call. Wooden block. A woman's husband got a hold of the explicit text messages between his wife and Smith, as well as a video of Smith saying, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yeah.
Travis, you don't look anything like her.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
this puts it in a whole different context. And everyone knows she's got an IUD now. She doesn't want her medical out there like that.
That's HIPAA.
That's HIPAA violation for sure.
Before he deleted his account, he said, "For those saying divorce her, yeah, no shit. For those saying looks worse on me, I ain't got nothing to lose."
I mean, reputation. Yeah, I think that.
His dignity?
Yeah, what do you mean nothing to lose? What about your marriage?
Yeah. Yeti Coolers has not commented.
I hope they do. Because Yeti Coolers can't remain silent. They've done this too many times. Every time there's a scandal, Yeti Coolers remain silent. Among the scandal, we need to know where they stand. Because I will say this, their silence is louder than any statement that they could make right now.
Silence is violence.
That I think so, especially in a situation like this, where you have a deeply personal issue between two people, where it's no business of the public's. Yeti needs to say something.
Yeti hasn't tweeted in over 2 years.
Okay.
So this would be a great time for them to...
I mean, this is America. This is a country that celebrates a great big IUD rearranging penis. If
That's
I'm
true.
if I'm Yeti, if I'm TaylorMade, the golf club company, we're getting the marketing team to lean into this.
How great would it be if they came out with like the biggest cooler they've ever made and call it the Steve Smith Senior?
Or like a driver that hits really far if you're TaylorMade.
Yeah, for sure. Hit deep is what the thing would say. Yeah. Yeah, I think Yeti should probably hire a social media manager immediately to get on top of this and take advantage of the whole thing.
People are so funny.
What did they say? Steve Smith Sr. fucked my wife. Yeti Coolers needs to know. I loved how he tagged Yeti Coolers as if they're going to stop Steve Smith from having sex with his wife. Yeti Coolers, TaylorMade Golf, and Shady Rays right now. And just a dude pointing to himself like, me? Yeah. So that's been a big twist in this.
It's the best.
Yeti Coolers, when Tony tagged it, yeah. Yeti Coolers needs to get a kid to run their social media right now.
Oh, yeah.
They probably should have done it already, because I'm looking at Karen Culkins looking uncomfortable in succession. Yeti Coolers social media team checking their app mentions today. Like, what is going on? I mean, they were looking for something. What's that cup that everybody likes?
Stanley.
Yeah, Yeti was looking for something that could get them to get that market share over Stanley.
This
again.
could be their Stanley
This is
moment.
huge.
Yeah.
This is huge for them.
Capitalize.
But they're not right now. They need like today to find an intern that can take over their Twitter account and do exactly what Wendy's did. Remember when Wendy's was like shitting on all the other fast food restaurants?
Yeah.
This is what they need to do. Like Yeti.
Like Steakums.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeti needs to come out. They need to come out in full support of Steve Smith Sr. And then they need to start shitting on every other cooler manufacturer. They need to take Thermos to task.
Yeti can be the beverage container for women who are having extramarital affairs with men with huge penises.
Wouldn't it be great if like that became a thing and like women started bringing like a Yeti cooler around their girlfriends and
It's
their
a little
girlfriends were
wink
like,
and a nod.
"Oh no." Yes.
But then, like, if I'm doing the dishes and all of a sudden, like, my wife hands me her Yeti.
And she goes like this.
Fuck.
She goes like this. Don't believe all that.
I thought you had a hydro flask. No, it's fine.
It's fine. Don't believe all that.
I
That's
got
just
this in a Secret Santa.
yeah. That's just internet stuff.
July.
It was a Yankee swap. It was Christmas in July.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We do our Christmas in the summer anyway. It's Canadian. Don't even worry about that. The seasons are reversed up there. Yeah, they could say she had her Yeti coolers moment.
Big TikTok trend.
That would be the thing. I had my Yeti coolers moment.
Kind of like he went to Jared.
Right. It's a rite of passage for married women to have their Yeti coolers moment.
He
If
went to Yeti.
That's what you tell your wife, like, as she's leaving, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm doing this thing with, like, athletes. Don't go Yeti coolers on me." Yeah, Yeti's got to say something, dude. Because that's all I'm going to think. When you see a Yeti cooler now, what do you think about, Mike?
Steve Smith's huge IUD rearranging penis.
That's right. And what am I going to blame you for that? There's nothing else you could be thinking of.
No, there's brand association.
Yeah.
Your dad on the phone, he knows.
He knows. He would already.
Oh,
I mean,
he would crush it.
The smoke that would be coming off that pencil for the amount of commercials he'd be writing would be insane. Guys, I've got some ideas, is what he would say.
I don't care if it's Saturday.
Yeah, meet me, and it'd be one of those, like, we're not getting on Zoom. Get into the office, boys. I don't care if it's Saturday. Get into the conference room. We've got something to discuss. Josh in Baltimore.
Hey, what's going on, Sam?
What's up, Josh?
Hey, man, you know what this reminds me of? I wanted to say something about Sister, but, you know, the gold digger pranks, when there's a guy on there who walks around with a cucumber in his pants, man. And at first the girls are like, yo, get out of my face. We don't want nothing to say to you, this, and that. But the minute they see this guy's dick, instant attitude change. And it's like every woman across the world, man. Like, you just see how they react to a big dick. It's the funniest shit in the world, man. We really do control them.
I mean, it is, I mean, I'd love to argue with you on Josh, but it seems like this woman was in a great marriage and all of a sudden her IUD gets messed up and she's making all kinds of mistakes. She's destroying her life.
She ran into big dick, man.
That's right.
What do you expect, man?
That's right, Josh. And what did you want to say? What did you want to say about Sister? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, two of the ugliest twins I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Listen, and nobody talks about it, man. It was an awful show, and not to mention, have you seen their feet? It looked like she got a part-time job kicking buses, like, for real. She it's crazy over there.
Well, is Tia kicking buses? No, I've never seen her feet.
Look at her feet. Look at her feet, man. Y'all take care, bro.
Oh, thank you very much, Josh.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Josh was I would tell you this. Josh put us on game this morning.
It's a wealth of information.
Yes, he was.
Sam, I know you don't want to co-host.
Josh is pretty good. What's she got? The Nicole Biggins foot thing going on?
No, Nicole's are worse.
Nicole's are worse.
Yeah.
But it does, yeah.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be a thing.
I'm going to guess that dude was a foot guy.
Who, Josh or John?
Yeah.
That guy?
That guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess he was a foot guy because he had that information top of mind.
Oh, thank God somebody's talking about sisters.
I got to let people know about these feet. Everybody's saying these nice things. Nobody's mentioning the feet.
It's my time.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that was a big part of the weekend, watching this all unfold and seeing the internet do what the internet is going to do with it.
It was one of those moments, by the way,
Yeah.
that, like, you're really glad. As much as Twitter is just the worst now, it's like, where else are you going to go?
we need it.
Yeah.
We do need it. It's a public service, even if it costs $50 a month.
$50
It's a public service, and
costs more than my internet.
the whole internet.
I get a month of internet or a month of Premium X.
Yeah, if you double your price of internet, you can also have premium Twitter on your internet. But you're right. We do need it, because when stuff like this happens, and it happens more often than ever now, you need to see it all unfold. I feel like we were just talking about one of these Twitter things that just like blew up.
Probably.
But that's also how quick it leaves.
Because
too.
that's what brings everybody together.
Yeah.
It's like, let me see the memes. Let me see the GIFs.
And also the fun angles, right?
Yeah.
That like not only like the first step is just being completely sucked in.
Like, this story is amazing.
By this whole story and the human drama around it. And then just as that starts to die off, all the humor of the Yeti cooler stuff takes over.
Exactly.
And you're like, this is why the internet is so great. This is why they're amazing. I would say somebody that's benefited from the internet, and another heartthrob, much like Steve Smith Sr., who I did not know was a heartthrob until this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But somebody that I knew was a heartthrob from the first time his picture was posted, Luigi Mangione, had his first court appearance since he pled not guilty. And my wife was like watching all this coverage, and she was like, why is he pleading not guilty? And I said, because he didn't do it.
Because he's innocent.
Because he's innocent of all charges. So this is in New York?
If it's real, yeah.
I think it's real. There's at least a Twitter.
Canal and Lafayette, I might go down there.
Wow. There's a big billboard that says "Free Luigi," and he looks like he looks like Christ on one of those candles. Is what he looks like. So Luigi,
And that's just how he always looks.
yeah, that's just a photo.
Yep.
With the sun behind him. Luigi showed up to court on Friday.
Oh, this is a digital bill. It was projected.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. That looks like where they projected remember when they projected the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight?
Yep.
That's probably the same spot they projected it on.
Yep.
So he showed up to court on Friday, and the phrase Beatlemania is thrown around a lot, but it's the only thing I can compare it to. I mean, the amount of people that were camped out, they had to put the barricades up, the amount of people that were both inside the courtroom, and then when that was full, the amount of people that were outside the courthouse just trying to get a glimpse of Luigi Mangione is insane. And look, it's all women. It's
like
all
when I took my daughter to see Harry Styles.
Yeah, it really is. Danielle, I saw you. You were in there. I think I just saw you.
I'm like you see over on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all there to see him, and then he shows up, and I wasn't sure how he was going to show up, because he's been in jail all this time. And I remember when I watched The Staircase, and in The Staircase, in the later episodes, the guy goes to jail, and he's in jail for like, I don't know, a month, 3 weeks maybe, and they go and visit him in jail, and it looks like he's been there for 10 years. Like he's aged.
Like he's just...
He can't walk anymore. He looks like he's aged 10 years. His hair is completely white. His skin is wrinkly. I mean, he looks like shit. And all I can do is wonder, what the hell were they doing to that guy in jail? I mean, bro, that should be the documentary. Because it didn't even look like the same person after 3 weeks. I can't imagine the horrors that he was subjected to in that jail. Because then I see Luigi Mangione show up. And Luigi Mangione is in Diddy jail right now. He's in the same jail that Sean Puffy Combs is in.
Probably doing better, though.
Clearly doing better. He still comes out. He's got his eyebrows still done. He's got a taper going on. He's got his hair cut nicely. I think probably what it is
he's looking fresh.
He's looking fresh. He's got his stubble manicured perfectly. This leads me to believe that they love him in this jail.
By the way, he doesn't need a bulletproof vest. Nobody's taking a shot at him.
No, if anybody should be. I mean, everybody else should
Maybe
be wearing
Cupid's arrow.
That could, but I don't know. He's slinging though. He's the one slinging those arrows.
Nobody is like, oh, we need to protect Luigi.
I was watching this thing, and his lawyer, who seems like a great lawyer,
She's crushing it.
because she's going out there and saying, she's trying to get the whole case thrown out. She's saying the guy is not getting a fair trial. She's saying stupid Mayor Adams and all of his like SWAT team members that walked him in are making this guy look like a violent criminal. They're saying that the any potential jury pool has already been tampered. He is being treated like a guilty person. And what? Because we caught him on video doing the thing that he's going to trial for? That's not in our America. Innocent until proven guilty. And a videotape of him doing the crime does not prove him guilty, by the way.
Also, the video is from behind. We don't know who that is.
Don't know who that is. Can't see the eyebrows.
I know who that is. That's Jesus.
That's Luigi Mangione.
Oh,
You
that's-
always get
okay.
confused.
That's my fault.
You always get confused. Yeah, this is the Luigi truck that I was telling you about. That they had a video truck.
It
that-
takes guts to put everything on.
Yes. There's a video truck that was driving by, and on the side of the truck outside the courthouse, it was playing Luigi footage. Now it looks like they're trying to advertise a meme coin too.
Is that what the website is?
Well, it says $Luigi.
Oh, okay. The website is soluigi.com.
Right, and then on the back of the truck, it's Luigi as Jesus again with a QR code.
Again, I think that's just a regular photo.
Okay, I don't know for sure, but I'll take your word for it. You're right about Sister. So his lawyer's like, hey, this guy's not getting a fair trial. He's not being treated as an innocent person who's innocent until proven guilty. There's no way he's going to get a fair trial. Meanwhile,
Isn't the HBO Max documentary called like Portrait of a Murderer or
the
something?
HBO Max documentary is called He Did It.
It's definitely guilty.
It's called The Guilty Luigi Mangione Doc, is what it's called. And speaking of that documentary, they said that when the cops grabbed him, they said, I don't know, they said Luigi Mangione, the CEO killer.
Like,
What if he didn't
listen,
do it?
Guilty or not, you can't just call him a killer.
And also, like, this document, I haven't even watched this documentary because there's been no court case yet. It hasn't even started. How can you already have the documentary? And already the first comment on Twitter is innocent until proven guilty. That's the policy down here too. Right?
Yeah.
So, and what's, funny is that all this stuff is going to screw up this case. 'Cause
Yeah.
the lawyer is like staying on this and having all the examples of it. She said that, I don't know if it was for that specific documentary
I think it was.
or if it was for some like reenactment thing or whatever it is. But she said that the journal that Luigi had on him, that the cops say had all these details in it about what Luigi's plan was. The cops got the journal. So obviously the prosecuting attorneys get the journal. And then the prosecution gave the journal to the filmmakers. And she's going, the defense hasn't even seen the journal yet. So now
Can I see that?
we've got evidence that is going from the prosecution to filmmakers before it goes to the defense. That doesn't seem like a fair trial to me. She's got everything. Listen to her. Listen to this lady.
What I did not understand was how shocking it was that this week on HBO, in a documentary, I see the chief of detectives and the New York City mayor, full hair and makeup done, sitting down and giving an interview for television and talking about the evidence in Luigi's case, talking about police paperwork that we don't have, talking about forensics that we have not yet received. I guess we have now today, but I didn't when I was sitting there learning about the case, hearing an actor play Luigi reading from a journal that they say is Luigi's, and we have yet to receive it from the prosecution.
That's a lawyer.
Talk about a queen.
That's a lawyer. Yeah, she's not wrong.
No, she's not.
I mean, it's pretty, because I think that they probably thought this was going to be like a easy, open and shut, wrap it up thing. They didn't realize like, no. We found all these loopholes and we're going to use every single one.
I mean, I feel like every step of the way has been wrong for them. Like that perp walk that he did,
Dumb.
just the dumbest. For Eric Adams to walk behind in the perp walk.
And then the lawyer said it. She goes, why was he even there?
Why was he even
didn't need to
there?
be there.
He accused of killing one person.
Dude, it's so funny. Like in one of the video packages I watched, it's the lawyer and she's going, I asked them, he's shackled at the ankles. Not only is he wearing a bulletproof vest,
Yeah.
but they shackled his ankles. And she goes, you don't need to shackle this guy's ankles. I meet with him in jail every day. He doesn't have his ankles shackled. And then the camera shows his ankles that are shackled, and he's got brown leather boat shoes with no socks on, and his ankles shackled. It's like the hottest dude, ankle shackle. But can you imagine? Can you imagine having your ankles shackled?
50
Right?
Shades of Grey.
Yeah, it is. Ankle shackled, brown leather boat shoes with like perfectly cropped khaki pants so that you could see the ankle. And when you go back into prison, when you go back into jail, the people that are in jail with you are like, you're the man. We're happy to see you.
Hey, keep crushing it out
Nobody's ever been able to pull this off before.
No.
To not only survive, but clearly thrive in jail without losing the boat shoe thing is a nutty thing that is new for 2025. It hasn't been pulled off before, and there's no way that he's not thriving in jail, because like the jail barber like perfectly lined up his stubble. If you look at his stubble, see how his stubble doesn't go all the way up his cheek?
Yeah.
It's just that nice little outline around that chiseled jawline of Luigi Mangione. I mean, you can't, that doesn't grow in naturally like that. You got to get a barber that you trust that wants you to look good. You know, the eyebrows aren't perfect. They're not threaded like they used to be, but they're also not bad. You know, you do what you can in prison. The lineup's not perfect, but it ain't bad. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. And then, like, literally dozens, if not hundreds, on the outside of the courtroom of young girls and some dudes are out there, like, supporting this guy who you would have thought, like, it was fun when it was first happening. Like, it was a meme. It was one of those things we were talking about. It was all over Twitter. It was a meme. Nobody's forgotten. Luigi Mangione's defense fund donations top $500,000 ahead of hearing in United Healthcare CEO's death. And I wouldn't be surprised if this lawyer is like, hey, I'm doing this one gratis. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if his lawyer did this for free so she can up her profile. Lawyers do stuff like that all the time for cases like this.
Oh, yeah.
There's so are these good? They talk to the people that are there.
You want to hear some of this?
Because I do love it, because what's happened, and it's kind of an interesting thing. What's happened in our modern society is, I'm not sure, young people especially, but old people as well. It used to be very clear when memes were a goof, right? And like when I was coming up, it was like Omar Gersh goosebumps.
Sure.
And it was like, you know, you just laugh at that because it's funny and you move on. You're not conflating serious world issues with the funny goosebumps meme.
Well, because the internet was just fun back then.
It was just fun. And so now there's this weird conflation where memes have become such real life that if you support the meme, you also support the real life thing that the meme is based on.
Maybe kids are just really into the justice system.
Or they're into the justice system. I don't want to judge them.
Yeah. You don't know. Kids are so much smarter and more mature these days.
They are?
Yeah.
All right.
These might all be like youth court people. Like, oh, let me see how the system really works.
It's tough to get into youth court. Not this many people could not get into youth court.
Well, they're admirers.
There were a lot
I see some are following the science.
There were a lot of admirers. There were a lot of people who admired me for being in youth court, and a couple people who put thumbtacks in my shoulders. So it was a mixed bag for sure, but definitely some admirers.
You were walking down the hallways in high school. Ow!
I did get a thumbtack in my shoulder. Sam, come here for a second. Come here. I got to tell you something. Okay. All right. It was a little gullible. I walked right over to Jose. I was like, what is that, Jose? And Jose had never had anything nice to say about me.
But you were going to believe him maybe this time.
Maybe he's got something to say. I know he stole the strings off my backpack the last time, so let's see what Jose's got to say to me this time. And I walked right over to him, and you know what he did? He leaned in as if he were about to tell me a secret, put a thumbtack right on my shoulder, and walked away.
That's insane.
It's insane.
I believe that. That happened. That happened all the time.
Yeah, I felt like...
Not like to me personally, but like thumbtacks in shoulders, that was a thing.
I've never heard that.
Yeah. That was part of the wild 90s.
It was a wild time. I felt like I felt like Jonathan Martin of the Dolphins. By the way, I don't consider it bullying. And that's why I never told my mom, because she would have made a big issue
Yeah, I was
about
gonna
it.
say, what do? You just pluck it out and keep walking?
Yeah, bro, you're in public school, dude. Yeah.
You got to get to math.
You pluck it out, you go, you know what you do? You pluck it out of your shoulder, you go, thank God I was wearing a hoodie. That didn't hurt nearly as much as I thought it would. And you go to math. Yeah. Yep. You go to your class. And you and Jose do not have another discussion about it.
But then the next time Jose says, Sam, come here.
No. I don't think so. No,
you can't fool me.
Nope. It was like in
right.
third grade. Fresh out of England, they got me in third. No. That was in seventh grade that they got me with the thumbtack.
I was like, you should not be getting thumbtacks in your shoulder in third grade.
It wasn't far off.
I don't even want to make fun of that. That's sad.
It could have had in third grade, fresh out of England. That was I always learned my lessons. Fresh out of England, Daryl said, Sam, because we had pretzel rods,
Okay, sure.
and they were like I don't know, probably they were 10 cents each, 3 for a quarter.
Okay.
And he said, hey, can I borrow a quarter for pretzel rods? I said, yes, Daryl, you can. And then about a week later, he came to me and said, Sam, can I borrow a quarter for pretzel rods? I said, no, Daryl. No, you cannot, because you didn't pay me back for the last quarter. And Daryl looked at me very, very sternly and said, I paid you back. And I went, well, here's another quarter, Daryl.
2 pence to me, Daryl.
And I went about my business and said, mental note, at lunchtime, especially around the pretzel rod station, avoid Daryl. I set it into my tape recorder, like Norm in Dirty Work. Mental note, don't go near Daryl at pretzel rod time.
So they were just selling these Lucy's?
Yeah, I was Lucy's. Yeah. It was public school.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to make their money back. They get the big bag, and boom, we're off to the races.
Yeah, it's like people who sell the water on the side of the road.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I say all that to say that they talked to some of the people that were lined up outside the Luigi Mangione courthouse.
I think it's festival.
It was the Luigi Fest.
Yeah. Oh, I see somebody's got a Luigi doll from Super Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I support Luigi Mangione, innocent or guilty, but he's innocent until proven.
Okay.
Wait a second.
All right. Okay.
I think you missed our branding here, lady. I support him if he's guilty too.
Yeah.
What are we supporting here? No, we love him so much.
People don't mind the CEO murder part.
Especially that with the healthcare CEO.
Yeah, people
especially
do not care.
That actually seems to be what's selling the whole
Yeah.
thing.
People are happy about what he did.
There are a lot of these people that would be like, wait, he didn't do it?
Yeah,
so
like
why are we all here?
If it was revealed that he literally did not do it,
right?
People would be like, oh, fuck this guy then.
Who did it?
Yeah, let's
that's
go
who
find
we want to
him.
celebrate.
I hope he's hot.
We got to stop adding these pink bows to his photos in Photoshop.
No, I think that's actual. Those are actual photos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I support Luigi Mangione, innocent or guilty, but he's innocent until proven guilty, first of all. And even if he is a murderer, the person that he murdered has murdered so many more people than he could have ever.
Yeah.
Could have ever.
Nice. You really held strong till the end there. He could have ever.
Oof. You know, it's really tough when you're in a group of people that you know all agree with you, and you could just say whatever dumb shit, and they'll go, yeah! But then when you get pulled out of the group, and they go, could you explain yourself? That's one of those things where as she's saying it, she's listening to herself say it, go, wait a minute. This sounds super dumb.
I'm really petering out here.
Yeah. Because the follow-up question would be, well, what murders is the CEO responsible for?
You know, all like
all the ones that he would never do ever.
Yeah. Also, wouldn't the CEO also be innocent until proven guilty?
No. He's guilty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of feel like we need to find out when Luigi's next court appearance is.
And send lazy eyewitness news down there?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think this is a slam dunk.
Yeah, I mean, these people seem like ripe for interviews.
People are dying! Free Luigi! Free Luigi! Free Luigi!
Oh, that's the shirt she was wearing.
Sorry.
I mean,
I didn't know there was going to be merch.
I will say, the OJ parking lot merch was way more iconic than the Luigi parking lot merch.
Yeah, but did you see the front of the front of the shirt is him as Jesus?
Let me see the front of the shirt. Let me tell you where I land on it. Front of the shirt is okay. It just seems more like iron-on transfers than like bootleg, like bad screen printing that washes off immediately.
I don't know. Maybe it's screen printed.
It's not. There are too many colors.
Maybe they just have
Don't get me started on screen printing.
really thin margins.
Yeah, no, I mean, the amount of colors to achieve that look would be absolutely insane. Economically, it would just be an impossibility.
It's a great shirt.
It's not as good as the OJ shirts.
I say free. You say Luigi. Free. Luigi.
They're really bad.
That's good.
I say free.
Okay.
You say Luigi. Free. Luigi.
No, you're not supposed
You
to
did
say
it. She fucked it up.
Free. You
Right.
say Luigi. Free. Luigi.
There's so many things
Okay.
in this case that don't add up.
Okay.
Eyebrows don't add up.
What?
The fact that his back injury does not add up.
Oh, he's
Distance and all that. So I feel like he's the fall guy too, and I feel like he's innocent.
Nice.
What is Luigi like?
Well, if my daughter was to bring him home, I would be very happy because he was a fine citizen. And
Mike, I
feel
think
like
I've
he
seen this
fought
movie.
fake news.
I think I've seen this movie before. Daughter brings home the boyfriend, and the mother is very happy about it.
She happens to walk in at an inopportune time. Maybe gets herself stuck in a dryer.
I've seen that film.
Yeah, Travis, you've never seen the movie about the woman who gets stuck in a dryer and then...
What about the film about the woman who's trying to get the snack out of the vending machine?
Her arm gets stuck.
Her arm is stuck. And you've never seen that film?
No.
Oh, okay. I think
Did she get her arm out?
I think it was SAG nominated last night. I do think so. I don't
It
know
was on
for sure.
Netflix. I didn't watch it.
Yeah. She's stuck in there. I've seen that film. Yeah. Okay. So that woman though has a completely different perspective from the first woman.
Also, like, ironclad case right there.
What, the eyebrows don't match up?
Yeah, eyebrows don't match up.
He's the
back injury doesn't match up.
Right.
And he's innocent.
The back injury doesn't add up to what?
I don't know.
Oh,
Is this the Riddler?
that's Paul Dano under there.
No healthcare, no peace. No healthcare, no peace. No healthcare, no peace. No healthcare, no peace. Free Luigi. Free.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Free Luigi. Free Luigi. I say free.
Oh,
You
okay.
say Luigi.
You need to pause for a
I
second.
didn't know he had flags.
We have an American flag with Luigi Mangione on it.
And that looks pink to me.
Yeah, it looks a little washed out. Yeah.
No. I think it's supposed to be pink
Oh, nice. I like that then.
because he's our queen.
I also love that the older woman did not understand. Like, they're all like, yeah, this is about healthcare. And the older woman's like, he didn't even do it to begin with.
Yeah, he's just completely innocent.
He's totally innocent of any crime.
He's being framed.
Yeah, he's the fall guy.
This is what they want.
Yeah.
Free Luigi. Free Luigi. I say free. You say Luigi. Free Luigi. Free Luigi. I say free. You say Luigi. Free Luigi. Free Luigi. Free Luigi. Free Luigi. Free Luigi. Free
It's really...
Free Luigi. Free Luigi.
All right, we got it.
Oh.
Jesus.
It's really helpful that they put up wanted signs for all the CEOs.
Yeah. Well, those were already there.
They were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not that cool.
We live in the Wild West.
It's not that cool. You can't just do that.
Yeah, I think Lazy Eyewitness News would.
I think we get some gold down there.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely on the list.
I don't think that's a real video.
I believe this is AI of Luigi Mangione escaping.
Okay. Oh, wow. I wonder what they're all shooting at behind them.
Yeah, I could honestly watch interviews with people down there all day.
Yeah.
I mean, they are so much more compelling in a group than individually.
You mean like you pull one of them out and they just really get lost in the
It
weeds?
falls apart. Like, is this the side that we're on, or what are we doing here? Seems like a bad idea. So yeah, I don't even know what Luigi was in court for, to tell you the truth. They just kept saying it was his first time in court. He had already pled not guilty.
You know what? That's a great question.
And I looked up multiple articles, and they were like, I don't know, it's his first time in court.
They have a million of these little hearings with
Yeah.
the evidence this and, setting up that. It's a very big administrative procedure goes into doing a murder trial.
And they bring the guy in for it.
Yeah.
They probably like it. It gives them an afternoon out of jail.
Get out.
Yeah.
Put your boat shoes on.
Put your boat shoes back on. Like, meet and greet with the fans after. Is there a premium ticket to the courthouse where you get a meet and greet after?
Like a premium ticket?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Judge denied his attempt to delay his murder case, so that may have been what he was in court for.
I see. And I guess based on the fact that they're not getting the evidence before the doc teams are.
Yeah. It was also a documentary hearing.
Yeah, the judge said, just watch the doc then.
Yeah, what do you need them for? Just watch. It's on Max.
Yeah,
if you need a password, I got you.
It's a two-parter. It's easy. We can get you a Max password. We can't get you the evidence.
No.
All right, well, best of luck to everybody involved, I suppose.
Especially Luigi.
Danielle, are you a Luigi Mangione fan?
I mean, he does have a pretty symmetrical face and the eyebrows. I give him credit. I am a fan.
You are a fan?
I am a fan.
Right.
Even if he did do it.
Which he didn't until they prove he did.
Exactly.
Don't forget about the back injury.
It's Cutie McShooty.
As they call him in the streets?
Yeah.
That's cool. Would you wear a t-shirt?
I mean, the graphics were front and back.
That's true.
That's good.
Yeah. That is good.
That's rare.
It doesn't matter who is around you. They know who you're supporting.
Right.
Front, back, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. There's probably a little something on the sleeve just in case they're next to you at the side.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's take a break. Now that we've gotten to the bottom of all of that, there's still more to get to the bottom of. We also have KFC in Feidelberg from KFC Radio coming in later on this morning. It's going to be a hell of a show. If you want to get tickets, by the way, I'll be in Las Vegas on Thursday, April 17th. For a live Not Sam Wrestling podcast. Tickets are up on Ticketmaster. You can also get the link at notsam.com. And I'll just say, remember that section that was light blue on Thursday?
I remember.
Gray.
Whoa!
Get your tickets.
Oh, boy.
Notsam.com in Vegas. It's the Not Sam Wrestling live podcast, so you should also like wrestling. That would be helpful. And we'll be right back. Stay there.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We are back with Sam Roberts Show.
Welcome back to Sam Roberts Show. Phone lines are open. 866-969-1969 is the phone number. 866-969-1969. You know, just as we were talking about Luigi Mangione and all that, his prison mate Diddy lost a lawyer. His lawyer left. Now, it sounds like his lawyer is just not getting along with the rest of the team of lawyers that they have. Like, he wants to do one thing and all the other lawyers want to do something else. But the statement that Diddy's lawyer said just does not make Diddy look good at all.
No.
He said there are no circumstances in which he can represent Diddy. And it's like, that really sounds like he's just so guilty. I can't
Didn't this guy represent Bin Laden?
I think so. What he's saying without saying it is P. Diddy is way more guilty than Osama bin Laden. We were saying without saying.
So there might be some kind of legal strategy here. I think I heard Mark Garagos once say that what lawyers will do is they'll leave the legal team so that if it has to go to appeal, their client can say that they didn't have adequate representation. So they'll make it seem as though they couldn't handle the case or something.
Was this guy still going to get paid?
I don't know.
I feel like Diddy's got the opportunity to have as adequate as representation as he can.
No, he said he can't do it. He can't. And
maybe this guy went to jump ship to Luigi?
Well, I wouldn't blame him if he did. Luigi's probably not guilty, but
and Diddy is definitely.
Well, how come there's no protest outside going Diddy is innocent until proven guilty?
You think Diddy looks outside and he's like, "Oh, are all these people here for me?"
Yeah, there's been 50 documentaries about him already. They keep making documentaries about Diddy. Yeah, so I guess maybe then if there is an appeal, then Diddy can throw the lawyers that he still has under the bus, saying that they fucked it up.
I mean, he has 5 other attorneys.
Because this guy knew the right thing to do, but they weren't letting him do his thing. So he's the adequate one, and these guys are all inadequate.
Maybe he wanted to plead guilty because he saw all the evidence.
He's like, man,
he's like, look,
I really, really did this.
I think the strategy, guys, is to just plead guilty.
He said, you don't understand how much I did. He said, although this is the lawyer saying this, I have provided Sean Combs, Puffy. With the high level of legal representation expected by the court, okay, he's protecting himself there, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs, consistent with the ABA standards for criminal justice. Wow. And there will surely be no statement beyond that because he also can't interfere in the case now.
No.
The case is unprecedented in many ways. But perhaps most notably and most disturbingly, no white person has ever been the target of a remotely similar prosecution. Okay, so they're doing the OJ plan. Sean Combs is an extraordinarily successful artist, businessman, philanthropist, and one of the most accomplished black people in this country. Okay, the filing reads, this is from the lawyers he still has. I mean, I would try it. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
I guess.
It worked for OJ, and...
OJ, though, I'm pretty sure was innocent.
Well, he was fiscally responsible for it. From a financial point of view, he was civilly responsible for the murders. But I don't think.
But he didn't do them.
No, he didn't do a crime. No, he was responsible for them from a financial perspective.
Right. Okay.
Like in a civil way.
And he paid all that money back.
He didn't have all the scratch to cover it
Because he passed away.
He did pass away, but that wasn't why. He actually lived quite well until he died.
He didn't spend his life making good?
No, he tried to kidnap the people that were stealing his memorabilia. Yeah. And I know you're saying, Sam, it's a little dramatic to say he tried to kidnap the people. He just held them up in a hotel room. But if you lock somebody in a bathroom in a hotel room, that's kidnapping, and the judge can send you to jail for a long time, which she did. She did that. And the judge said to him, you just got juiced. Remember the Juiced series? You just got juiced. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if there is a strategy. I don't think so. I think more than likely this lawyer wanted to be the top dog. Like when in the OJ case, when what's his name? Robert Shapiro started as the top dog, but when they brought in
David Schwimmer?
No, not David Schwimmer was just, I mean, he was poor. If that show is accurate, and I believe it's 100% accurate, poor what's his name Kardashian was just like a lapdog for that whole case.
Robert
Kardashian was like, I don't know, I mean he's my friend, but I really feel weird defending him. They're like, you can just sit there. You can just sit there. The rest of us have all kinds of crazy shit to do. No, it was if the gloves don't fit, you must acquit.
Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran came in and kind of took over the whole case.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at him.
Yeah, I mean, and he did try. It's a good thing that he did.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you heard, OJ was found not guilty.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
It all worked out in the end.
For just OJ. But, but Robert Shapiro didn't like the way Johnny Cochran handled it at all. And this is probably, I would imagine, this is a similar case, except in this instance, they were like, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, I tend to believe like this.
You can leave if you don't.
Official reasoning.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but it just, people like to read the headlines, and also...
Well, the headline was awful.
The headline's real tough.
Under no circumstances can I represent Diddy. That just makes everybody think like, oh, this guy is so bad.
So guilty.
That a lawyer who just like will say anything and do anything to get paid.
Right.
He won't even represent this person.
No, this is an unwinnable case because he's so very, very guilty.
Like, remember 9/11? I supported that.
But the other, like, I said, forget. I wasn't a never forget. I said, forget about it. It's fine. Was he really bin Laden's lawyer?
Yeah, he represented, maybe Mike knows, but I know that he represented something that had to do with bin Laden during one of the trials. He was on a team or he was a consultant.
The media has railroaded my client. You know, Osama bin Laden.
Innocent until proven guilty?
Right. However...
Everybody needs a lawyer.
This P. Diddy. No. I want nothing to do with this person.
Horrible person.
This person, I can't even have his energy around me right now. This is a terrible guy. Terrible guy. So, it's literally the opposite story. All coming out of the same jail. It's
jail.
It's the opposite story of what's going on with Luigi Mangione. And I'll bet P. Diddy doesn't have a fresh haircut at all. I bet P. Diddy looks like the guy from The Staircase. Just all like
He's having a horrible
time.
He's probably got zero money in his commissary.
Yeah, and they keep finding it because they drained him. They drained him early. They took everything out of his commissary.
Yeah.
A lot of people walking around. You know, you can get MP3 players in jail.
Can you really?
Yep. In your commissary, you can get MP3 players. And
Like a Zune?
I guess. I don't know.
That's where they all went.
But you get it, and then you buy MP3s in the commissary too. They put them on the thing.
$1.29?
I don't know if it's OG pricing or the new pricing.
It'd be nice if, like, sometimes they went on sale.
Like throwback to 99 cents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Inmates are now permitted to purchase either a 4 gig or 8 gig SanDisk MP3 player from their prison's commissary, which typically ranges from $69 to $89.
I'd save up for the 8 gig just because I'm in jail anyway. Like, I'd think that I could really use some variety. Except, although you get the 8 gig, you got to understand, you're paying per MP3. Which means if you want to fill up that 8 gig, it's going to get a lot more expensive.
Once purchased, federal prisoners can then activate the device and use the music service to browse for songs to download. With over 2 million songs available for browsing, each song carries a cost ranging from 16 to 31 true units.
True units.
It's like G unit.
That's right. Well, true units is like regular money, but fun.
True. Which costs 5 cents each. All right, so
5 cents per MP3?
No, 5 cents per unit.
Per unit.
So 16 times 5. So this is either 80 cents
or
to $1.55.
Okay, so say a buck, more or less $1.
Like if you want like the new Gaga, that's probably $1.55.
But if you want to get, Take Your Pants Off and Jacket by Blink-182,
that's probably
89 cents. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like St. Elmo's Fire is probably 89 cents.
Right. Yeah, if you need to hear that riff again. Yeah.
Dochi is $1.55.
Dochi's $1, yeah, but some 41, 80 cents.
Easy. Yeah.
And it would be a mixed bag for me for sure.
While there is no iTunes, the TrueLink's music function is an impressive leap forward from the traditional clear Sony AM/FM radio.
Oh, good. I was worried. I was really concerned.
Depending on the model in question, yeah, like you said, the MP3 player holds between 2,000 and 4,000 songs.
Honestly, like, that would probably be the one thing I liked about jail is the throwback tech.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'd like to have the experience again of buying MP3s, plugging your MP3 player into your computer.
Scrolling on the wheel.
Yeah, importing. Is there a click wheel on this SanDisk MP3 player? Like, buying them, importing them. I think it'd be a great time. Everything else I think it would suck. Although, no, I think the workouts would be good too.
Also contains an FM radio.
That's amazing.
And some models have some models have a voice recorder, this function is disabled.
That's smart. Because you know why? A lot of the prisoners would say dirty words.
Mm-hmm. Also, some MP3 players have an audiobook and podcast function, but the Federal Bureau of Prisons does not offer audiobooks or podcasts for download.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe that's where we get in.
Good. Yeah. We sell audiobooks to prisoners. That's our business.
Well, no, what I'm saying is you haven't signed your contract yet, right?
No, I'm still on an extension.
Okay. Text Tony.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can get Sam Roberts' show
in jail MP3 players. Yes, I love that. How can we get on the TrueLink system?
Yeah. And you know what? Even offer for 16 true units. That's the lowest they go.
80 cents a show?
Yeah.
5 shows a week? Or 4 shows a week. Let's not go crazy.
Plus, you're building a fan base.
That's it. Some of them are going to get out.
Luigi's going to get out. Where's he going to go?
Here.
To the one show that was on the True Unit system.
Right. How do I get it? Subscribe to Sirius. That seems too complicated. Okay, I'm going to find another show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a brilliant idea. I think that's...
Oh, this is a bummer.
What is it?
I don't mean to keep going on about this.
No, I love that you're fascinated by it because you didn't know it was happening.
But some music is restricted.
Oh, you only get the radio edits?
For example, parental advisory, particularly violent or sexual music, is restricted.
Oh, so when you go to get Downward Spiral, you get the I wanna like an animal. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, you got to fill in the fuck words by yourself.
Yeah.
But they say everything from Taylor Swift and Blink-182 to 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg can be found. So you were right about Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
It'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Because that's double entendre. They probably don't censor that out.
No, yeah, Blink-182 was always good about that, figuring out how to get around the system.
Prisoners can connect their MP3 units to the TrueLink computers.
Why can't they call them inmates? Why do they call them prisoners? That's so demeaning.
Yeah, but you also say unhoused.
I do say unhoused. I love the unhoused. They're my favorite type of people.
Well, you could preview 30-second clips of songs just in case you don't want to before you buy it.
Oh, I mean, you don't understand the highway robbery that happened in my heyday. The amount of 30-second previews that I would listen to on iTunes.
I got it.
Yep. I just need a vibe. I just need to like this is it. You know what would be great? Listen to that 30-second preview again. Run it back. I mean, I can't tell you how many recording artists I owe 99 cents to, and I was not giving it to them because I'm going 30-second preview one more time.
Oh, you can only buy 15 songs a day.
Well,
I mean, that's how I would spend my day, is making the list of the 15 that I want next.
I think it's better this way because you got nothing but time, so you can go to sleep at night and you can be thinking about what 15 songs will I buy tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like that's a good way to use time instead of dreading what is my cellmate going to do to me tomorrow.
You can only
It's just a better way to go to sleep.
You can only preview 30 songs a day.
Oh, they're onto me.
And you can only
they're onto my scam.
You can only spend 60 minutes per day in the music folio, and there's a maximum of 15 minutes per session, so you can go 4 times a day to the computer.
I mean, I wouldn't even bother. I already know what would happen.
What?
I'd load this motherfucker up. It would take me a month, but I'd load it up with all the best songs. I'd have it exactly how I want it. And then one inmate would say, "Hey, Sam, let me borrow your MP3 player."
Are you going to give it?
I go, "I don't know that that's a good idea." He goes, "It's just for tonight." You're saying it's just for tonight? Yes. Okay. Then the next day, "Can I have my MP3 player back?" I bought this MP3 player. Oh.
Well, Sam, good news for you.
Okay.
Each MP3 player also has an embedded security function that disables the device if stolen. So all you got to do is rat out your
Excuse
inmate.
me. Would you mind disabling my MP3 player?
Tyrone took it.
He stole it. He said he was going to give it back.
And then
would you
once it
please
stops
disable?
working-
No, I don't know what happened, Tyrone.
Yo, Sam,
I
you
don't...
take this off?
No,
Nope,
I did not.
Nope, no, that was not me.
Nope.
No.
Sometimes they just stop working.
I would never do that to you.
But no, I wanted you to listen to all the music.
Can I have it back now?
No.
It doesn't even work.
Yeah, you can have it back and then they throw it on the floor and stomp on it. Oh. Yeah. No, I couldn't have nice things in jail.
Jail sounds great.
I would lose them.
This is why Prison Mike got so upset.
Well, the problem is though that they put all the money into the wrong. They allocate it incorrectly because they had these MP3 players, but you know what they served for lunch?
Was it gruel?
Gruel.
I hate gruel.
Yeah, it's all gruel. But I mean, we got bigger problems than gruel. Speaking of lunch,
impossible.
I don't know if you heard about this. But I was, over the weekend, I was in a tizzy. I can't believe that this is even happening. It was reported, and I hope this is false reporting, but it was reported in a lot of places, that Hooters, the American institution of dining and entertainment, is preparing to file for bankruptcy.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't even know what this country is anymore.
I've never heard you this speechless.
Without Hooters?
I just got my godson and his brothers a gift card.
From Hooters?
Yeah, for Christmas.
What a great gift, Mike. You are a great gift giver.
See, Ian Finance could learn.
Ian Finance is a terrible gift giver. Mike, one of the best of all time.
Can you imagine if Ian gave your son a Hooters gift card instead of a hat?
No, yes. My son would be so much happier. A bucket hat? Hooters gift cards.
Yeah.
You know what Mike gave me? Dunkin' gift cards and Faygo. It was the best day of my and a George Kittle t-shirt.
Can I tell you something?
It was the best day of my life.
Mike might be the best gift giver I've ever known.
He's goated.
Sent Travis to a ball game.
He sent me to a ball game.
He's goated for sure.
Every time I think Mike's going to give a gag gift.
And we always go, "Oh, Mike got us. He's going to do
great.
something that he thinks is funny." And then he gives us something that's really nice and thoughtful.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh.
Mike rules.
He's a good dude. I forgot. I forget because of his devil may care sense of humor
and all those movies he's seen that I haven't.
Well, I'm a cinephile.
So Hooters prepares to file for bankruptcy. Wait till you hear this. Amid declining foot traffic is what the report says, which I can't believe. I don't remember. Actually, I do remember. I do remember the last time I walked by a Hooters or drove by a Hooters and didn't go in. And Hot Dog was annoyed by it because it was in Indianapolis. Okay. And I had been invited by multiple parties to go to the best steakhouse, the one that's been there, St. Elmo's Fire in Indianapolis. Huh?
Ruth's Chris.
Nope, that's not. Nope. St. Elmo's Fire. It's been there since like the early 1900s. I've talked about it before on the show. It's like the place to be. I was invited by 2 different parties to go.
Sounds like you're just bragging.
I am. Wait till you hear this. When I went there, I was hobnobbing with all of these important people, that were there for the weekend. All the wrestlers that I saw that I was hanging out with. You would have freaked out just waiting for our table. Me and Paul Walter Hauser chumming it up. Like best buds. I mean, we were just like giggling and everything.
Burnside's on that, man.
I mean, it was the funnest. This is the place to be, this St. Elmo's Fire.
And someone was sulking?
I was sulking.
Oh, you were sulking?
Yes.
Oh.
Because I don't need big social gatherings.
You definitely don't need steak.
I don't need big steakhouses.
With the one chicken dish for you.
I go to the chicken dish. What do you think I'm going to get? Yeah. Hot Dog and I, on the way to St. Elmo's Fire, walked by the Hooters in downtown Indianapolis. And I'm like, dude, we got to just blow it off.
Line out the door?
No. It would have been an easy sit down. And I'm like, Hot Dog, we just had a great live podcast. We got to blow everybody off. We got to just go to Hooters. And he's like, Sam, like, we're invited to the good restaurant.
Of course.
Like, we got to go to the good restaurant. I go, we got to blow it off and just go to Hooters.
Because he wants to see who's there.
He was already annoyed that I drove him 15 minutes out of the way to go to a Chili's for lunch that day. And now we walk by the Hooters. I go, please, let's blow off St. Elmo's Fire. We'll tell everybody that, something came up and we'll just go to the Hooters. But he wouldn't go.
Does he know that it's delightfully tacky?
I told him it's delightfully tacky in there. You don't know what you're missing. You have no idea, by the way. I have taken multiple people to their first Hooters.
No, I know. Hooters is like legit your spot.
I fucking love Hooters, okay? I took a British man to Hooters for the first time, and this is like a handsome, classy British guy.
Michael Caine.
He was like a young Michael Caine. And we're in Orlando, working. And he goes like, what are you doing for lunch? And I mean, this is a guy like he's in great shape. His clothes fit him nice. Like, this is a British guy. Handsome. All right.
Yeah, we got it.
This is like Tegan, what's his name? Egerton?
Taron Egerton?
Taron Egerton, handsome.
Impossible.
Okay? I'm not kidding.
Okay. Timothy Chalamet?
Timothy Chalamet's New York handsome. That's a different deal.
Okay. He's rugged, but
he
not.
rules. Exactly. He's soft, rugged. He can pull off anything. This Timmy show. He's incredible. Isn't he incredible?
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the best.
Can you imagine if Timothy Chalamet and Luigi Mangione got together?
I'd say, guys, we got to go to Hooters. You're gonna love it. Trust me.
You wouldn't have to convince them.
No. He goes, "Where are you getting anything for lunch?" I go, "I don't know," because like in my head, I'm like, "Well, there's a Hooters right by the airport, and that's where we're staying."
In your head, you already know what you want.
I was like, I want to go to Hooters. I'm like, would you have you been to the Hooters over here? And he's like, I've never been to a Hooters anywhere.
Oh.
A Hooters.
A Hooters.
I've never been to a Hooters anywhere. I go, all right, seal deal, done. Get in my rental car. That's exactly where we're going immediately. And he had the greatest time ever. I went to San Diego. You know what I did? This is a true story. I was in San Diego, right? And I was taking like a red eye, but I was all wrapped up at like 5 p.m. I was going to get to the airport around 6. My flight wasn't until like 9. You know I don't like to go to the airport early.
No, you hate it.
Hate it.
It's frustrating.
It feels like they got me. It feels like
it's frustrating to me.
Oh.
not to you.
Oh. I actively hate being at the airport early. And so I go, maybe I'll just tool around. Maybe there'll be a good restaurant or something. And then I go, wait a minute. And like 5 minutes away from the rental car return, I just randomly put into my Waze app, Hooters, San Diego. And there was one 20 minutes away. Guess what I did?
You went to Hooters.
100%.
By yourself?
I had a coworker with me who was giving a ride to the airport, and I informed him we'd be going to Hooters. He also had never been to a Hooters. It was delightfully tacky when we got there. It was so great, okay? And it's not just like, oh, what is it, like a minor, like a strip. I know. When I said minor, I was like, let me start the sentence
What is
again.
it? Just a bunch of minors.
Yeah, let me start the sentence again. No, it's like a PG version of a strip club. No, that's not what it is at all. Okay, it is great food.
I mean, the wings are delicious.
The wings are great. The strips are great. The sauces are all great. The cheese sauce on the curly fries is incredible.
Oh, I forgot about the curly fries.
And the waitresses have a flirtatious vibe. And it just makes
I think she wants to come home with me.
Exactly. It's escapism. And it makes for a tremendous experience. Mike, have you been to a Hooters?
Of course.
What do you think?
I love the fried pickles.
It's so great. Everything's great there.
I do love, there used to be, is it still the one on like 34th?
I think that one's still there because the one on 59th-ish.
Oh, that's been gone forever, right?
Yeah, but that was a great one.
The one on 34th I used to love, like we would go there and you would see families, and you know who suggested going.
Of course.
But they've got they all have their suitcases. Like they literally got off a train at Penn Station.
It was my favorite thing. In Orlando, there's the first restaurant as you're leaving the airport is the Hooters. Like it's a whole strip of fast casual, but the first restaurant you see is the Hooters. And my favorite thing was that exact scenario. And still is. Going to Orlando, going into the Hooters, because for me, my hotel happens to be inside the airport.
That's a resort.
It's a great resort. It's a beautiful scenario. So my whole thing was, and the rental car place is in the airport as well. It's not, you don't have to take a shuttle there.
But sometimes you like to go off the reservation.
Well, this is what I do. I go, get off the plane, check into the hotel, leave my bags there, then leave the hotel and walk to the rental car place, which people take that for granted, but no place else can you do that. You always take your bags to the rental car place. In Orlando, you could check into the hotel, drop the bags off, then go to a rental. You know how
I guess you're right. Yeah, because
it is. You have no idea what an experience it is to go to a rental car place with no bags. It's awesome.
Does it almost feel like cheating?
It's completely cheating because then you return the rental car before you check out of the hotel.
Yeah.
So and what you do, you pull out of the hotel and you just drive around the airport to go to the rental car, and then you walk back to the hotel and chill for a bit. But you go to the hotel, you check in, you put your bags away, you walk to the rental car place, you go to the rental car place, instead of just driving around and going to the hotel, you veer off, you go to the Hooters. It's the best way. It's the best way to go. But what you see when you get there is everybody who's flown into Orlando with their families, and they do that exact same thing. They bring their bags because they can't leave them in the car. Who knows? They bring their bags and their families into the Hooters. So before they've checked into the hotel,
they're at Hooters.
They gotta get Hooters, and these kids are just trying to go to Disney World. But I mean, it's great, Danielle.
Hang on, son.
Yeah. Hang on. We can't go on an empty stomach. We can't check into a hotel on an empty stomach. Check-in's not till 4. It's 3:55. Better stop for lunch. Danielle, have you ever been to a Hooters?
I have not.
It's delightfully tacky. You got to go.
I want to go, but are they gone yet, or
Well, look. Declaring for bankruptcy does not mean out of business.
That's just financial protection.
It's financial protection so that you can rebuild without having to pay all your debtors back. So they're not done. But you're in Jersey. There's Hooters in Jersey.
Not many, I will say.
Is there no Hooters
pass
in
them? I don't know. It's very much not a common thing in Jersey.
It is.
But
Generationally, I could see
Hooters of Somerset. Shout out.
There used to be on Route 17 in Paramus. There used to be one.
It really, and that's a shame. We've lost the era of it being a colloquial thing to be like, hey, you guys want to go to Hooters? People look at you funny when you say that. Trust me. They look at me funny when I say that.
There's still one in East Brunswick as well, right on 18.
Right.
East Brunswick.
I'll let you know what my friends say when I bring it up.
Suggest it.
I will. No, I really need to experience it.
And tell them, there's a great gift shop
Oh.
Gift shop.
There's a great gift shop. The waitresses will be nice to you because you're not their kind of weird creepers that hang out at Hooters every day.
Oh, they'll be so happy to see
They
you.
love that. And the food is excellent. I mean, excellent. And the soft drinks are free refills.
Wow.
Which is huge for me. Chili's does that too. That's a huge plus for me.
Yeah, I love a tacky dining experience.
It's delightfully tacky.
And it's not a thing anymore.
No, it's not.
No?
It's not. And that's what really bums me out.
There's no more Hooters in Manhattan.
The 34th Street one closed.
Yeah, it's gone. Closest one is in Queens, then Long Island,
They're not in Westchester.
then New Jersey.
I would love to open one in Westchester.
There's a lot of Hooters in New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess
Princeton,
not my
some-
area.
East
But-
Brunswick. Well, a lot. I mean, like 5.
I mean, comparatively speaking.
Flemington.
And we celebrate fried foods and large breasts in the Garden State.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Maybe I've changed my tune on New Jersey after all these years.
Well, too little, too late, Sam.
Look, whatever we've got to do, we have to save Hooters. Like, understand that's where we're at right now. And it's what's really uplifting. I posted a video last night on Instagram where I talked about that this had been stressing me out all weekend. First of all, when I said I know it's a weird time in America right now in this country, and there's a lot of bad news everywhere that I try not to get involved with. The people who responded, like, it's a weird time. You mean it's a great time? It's like I hope I didn't trigger you. Were you triggered?
I was really just trying to talk about Hooters.
I was trying to talk about Hooters, dude. You got triggered. But the amount of people who in the comments were talking about how much they liked the food, I found that to be very uplifting.
The food is not bad.
What are you talking about? It's not bad. It's fantastic. It's so good. And there's so many options, Danielle. You have no idea.
Well, it's not like a Cheesecake Factory.
Well, it's not. It doesn't have as many options as Cheesecake Factory. Travis is right about that, but it still has a lot more options than you would think.
Oh, I see. The woke left are at it again.
Well, I think that is saying that the woke left are trying to take Hooters away from us.
Okay.
Because some people think that it's the body positive movement, Now this one I like that says call Elon. We need to get Hooters back. Elon may be able to get it done. Elon's gotten a lot of crazy shit done already.
Now they're blaming a decline in foot traffic.
That's what they said.
I thought foot traffic was up because of congestion pricing.
That's weird. Well, they need to put Hooters. And by the way, I drove into the city on Saturday.
Go ahead.
Exactly the same experience
That's
I've ever
weird.
had driving into the city any Saturday.
Not according to Hot Dog.
It's exactly the same. Hot Dog, just like a lot of pro congestion pricing people are actually liars.
Oh, they all have their heads in the sand.
Right, they're lying.
Yeah.
You have one coming in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
KFC.
Yep. Big fan.
Look at Six Crow. It was my birthday every time I went to Hooters.
Even if it wasn't on your birthday.
It'd still be your birthday. I mean, it still is. It still is the best. And I think what we really have to do is not talk about Hooters in the past tense.
Yeah.
Talk about it actively, presently. And with spirit.
Like you don't mourn somebody that's not passed yet.
No.
You celebrate their life.
And it's like it's stage 4, buddy. No, it ain't. Nothing's over. This is Rocky, okay? Because we can't have establishments like this. You got to have wacky dining experiences. And by the way,
That's why I love Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel's great.
Which I've also never been to.
Oh, you got to go to a Cracker Barrel. The portions that you can get for next to nothing are incredible.
Yeah, the youth don't know about these things, guys.
No, you're missing out.
If they're going to shut down one chain, it should be the one where they insult you. That's stupid.
The one where they insult you.
You know, when you go in and like the whole theme of the restaurant is that the servers like make fun of you.
I think that's just where you go.
Oh, it's called Applebee's. Then they changed the name to Fridays. No, I think it's
I think people just don't like your wrestling takes.
Yeah, I walk in, I go, we'll have a table for 4. Also, the Rock segment on SmackDown was actually good.
They're like, fuck you.
Yeah. Dick's Last Resort is what I'm thinking of.
Dick's Last Resort?
They fucking forget about them.
I was going to suggest Hula Hands, but all right.
We already got rid of Bennigan's, unfortunately.
Oh, Bennigan's.
No, it's Dick's
Last Resort?
Dick's Last Resort.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of.
All right.
Oh, we lost. I might have hung up on Phil by mistake, but he was asking about ranch or blue cheese. People, it's very, again, maybe this is why I get insulted in restaurants. It's a controversial take, ranch every day.
I mean, people are going to hate me, but I agree. I just don't like blue cheese.
I don't like blue cheese, and I mean, dipping a wing in a big thing of ranch is incredible.
Yeah.
Say what you want, and especially you Buffalo, New York people, relax. We taking it from you. Nobody thinks about Buffalo, New York. There are more people who think about Buffalo the animal than think about Buffalo, New York when they think about buffalo wings. Okay?
Nobody.
When a Hooters says they are preparing to file for bankruptcy, does this mean like they're warming up their voice? Because isn't that how you do it? I declare bankruptcy.
No. Not how, although that has been on television, that's not how it's done.
Well, I don't know. I know a paper company where the guy did it that way. You know what I like?
What?
She doesn't get every single reference, but Danielle will pop at every Office reference.
Oh, yeah, everyone.
I do. It's true.
I get Travis with the Simpsons references and Danielle with the Office references, and it makes me happy. All right, let's take a break. KFC and Feidelberg are here. We're going to get them in here. We're going to get to the bottom of a lot. Stay right there.
We'll be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
Here from KFC Radio.
Let's go!
We all know by now. KFC Radio, available everywhere you get podcasts and YouTube, every Tuesday and Thursday. And you guys are kind of holding it down for Barstool New York now, right?
Yes, sir. We're the last of a dying breed. Last of the Mohicans.
We're
here, man.
not leaving.
Bro, I'm holding on to this job until it's dead in my hand.
So what happens? Like they're like, we're going to move most of the company to Chicago?
Well, one of our biggest talent, Dan Big Cat, is from Chicago, and he got to the point where he's like, I want to go home. And
that's when you know you're a big talent.
He was like, enough of this place. I'm out of here.
It's cool if you move the whole company to Chicago. Yeah, whatever you need.
And he is, like a whole universe himself. So he brought, a lot of people rode that wave and went to Chicago with him.
That's wild. That like now there is like certain talents are like, yeah, we're kind of. I mean, it's good for Barstool that you're kind of represented everywhere now, right?
It's weirdly how it started.
Well, yeah,
like
we
was originally
it.
everyone was New York. It was Boston. It was. DC, Philly, Chicago, Iowa, of course,
naturally.
And then we all came to New York, and I think now everyone's kind of going back to their own places. But
we probably did it the right way. I got no voice, by the way. I think the years that everyone was like young, grinding, going after it, making content there every day, still putting up with each other's shit, all of that, like we were under the same roof.
Mm-hmm.
By now, everyone's got families, kids, been around each other for 20 years. You know who you like and who you don't like, and it's probably almost better if we go to our separate quarters.
Let's just have our own area, and everyone's got a little money now, so it's like
Listen, like the main thing too is like there was a time where Dave Portnoy was going to come to an office in New York City every day.
Right.
He ain't doing that.
Oh
anymore.
no, he doesn't.
He ain't doing that anymore.
I don't think he comes when he's in New York.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, he is so done. And not that he's not making content, he still does that, but he does it from his mansion in Miami, Montauk, Boston,
one of those spots. I mean, that's the way to do it, right?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Isn't that the dream? Like when you start this company, like that's kind of if you could say. This is where we'll end up.
Dude, we disagreed on this. There was a time where we were still. He was in. These guys were in Milton, Boston, in Milton, Massachusetts, in a dentist office, right?
Yeah,
an old dentist office was the Barstool office. I'm in New York, Dan's in Chicago, and we do our show via like Skype at that point, not even Zoom. It was like Google Hangouts and Skype. And Dave goes like, there are people in boardrooms of big companies right now saying, how can we be more like Barstool? And me and Dan were looking around like, are you sure, bro? I don't think they are. But he always says, maybe it was because he was there and in Boston or with Dave or whatever, but he was always like, no, I believe it. Like, I know where this place is going.
It is interesting.
That's a little much.
I don't think anybody thought it was here. But
Right. Yeah, I mean, but like with you guys and ESPN bringing McAfee on and like that's kind of vibe, that podcasty kind of just like dudes hanging out vibe really has taken over everything. Yeah. And whatever hasn't been taken over by that, I mean, I don't know who is consuming that kind of old traditional stale studio content anymore.
Agreed, but like, don't you feel like Oppenheimer a little bit?
Yeah,
When you're watching ESPN and you're just like, will someone just put on a fucking suit and tie for God's sakes?
No more Air Force Ones with your fucking suit.
Yeah, that does drive me crazy.
Worst.
When people who are like good at studio stuff
Do that. Be that guy.
Like there's like
Right.
don't go like,
Yes.
oh, I got to get more casual. You're not a casual person.
No.
You're not a fun guy.
You know what's funny, actually, and you can probably consider this a critique of us and both sides, is a lot of people said ESPN's trying to become Barstool and Barstool's trying to become ESPN.
Yeah.
We're hiring sports people. We've got Gruden. Some of these shows we're doing are now more polished and produced, and they're trying to be like, what's the line, bro? What, you got the over-under? What's up, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you always kind of, the grass is always greener, I guess.
No, that is true. This the sneakers with the suits thing.
Sam, it's a nightmare. For
You
me.
hate it.
It's
You
an
hate it.
absolute nightmare.
That
for me.
and the quarter zips, right? The quarter zips.
Well,
on
that's
Thursday Night
kind of
Football.
what Kevin was
Quarter
saying.
zips
We're
are
like,
tough.
we were getting more ESPN was getting more Barstool, and we kind of all just met in the middle with, we all just wear quarter zips now. And it's like, no one looks like someone I want to listen to talk.
Right, right.
And
Just-
you know who I give it up to, though? I tip my cap. I just saw them the other day for the first time in a long time. Tony Kornheiser and Mike Wilbon just still doing it.
Still do
Yeah.
And in ties.
Student
So
ties.
sometimes a quarter zip. Sometimes Will Bond will throw in a quarter zip.
But
That's tough.
honestly, same studio, same graphic. They actually even kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't aged poorly.
Yeah.
And they're just still like, I can't believe he bat flipped or whatever. It's amazing.
I
love
like
it.
that's why I think Inside the NBA works so well because all the guys on that show are actually being themselves. They're not trying to figure out like, wait, where is culture going? Where should I be doing? Should
We
I be
are
doing
the
a little-
culture.
Right.
Like, they
right.
determine it.
Yes.
Almost to a fault. Like, those guys were so critical of the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, but at some point it's like, you guys need to like prop the brand
You
up
might
a
be able
little
to
bit.
watch next year.
Yeah. No, you're not going to, they are probably making so much bank and have such a stranglehold, but not if people stop watching basketball. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they kind of also got the thing. I don't know if their contract's been sorted out, but it's going to a new company next year. They might be like,
Yeah, but I think there was some sort of, at least they said like, we're not going anywhere. I don't know if it's official or not.
I think so. Yeah, Shaq just signed,
and I think Chuck said, I'm either doing this job or I'm not going anywhere else. I'm either retiring or doing this.
Yeah.
He goes, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to work more.
It's a beautiful place to be.
Oh, man.
And I mean the idea that like these guys who like busted their ass for so long being professional athletes realize that there's 8-figure paychecks in.
Oh my god! Someone like Charles Barkley, he's probably making 10x what he was making in the 90s playing basketball.
Yeah, just to
Shaq
just
probably
talk
got
about
a big
it.
bag, but no. Chuck is like,
Shaq was one of the first that got like after Jordan that got like merchandise.
right? Yeah, big, use it, movies and all that.
Yes.
Shit, so.
when we obviously we mentioned earlier, like we've been hiring other athletic talent and stuff like that. And I remember like when Will and Taylor came on, I was like, you guys are idiots, like busting with the boys. It's like, go just be rich former NFL players. And I look like dumb today. But it's like, what is the point of? I think Taylor signed a $70 million contract in his life. I was like, why do you want to start a podcast now? What's the point?
What do you think? You're going to end up hanging out with the president of the United States of America? Like,
where could this possibly go? It's crazy, man. The like, if you're good at it, first of all, you have to be good at it, because I think there's plenty of people who try to do it, and it's like you're just not cut out for this. But if you're good at it, the leg up that it gives you, where it's just like people love it. You know what I mean? Like former athlete. If you have any ability to talk, it's like, I mean, those guys are really good at it, but there are plenty of people where it's like, as long as you can form a sentence, here you go. Here's a deal from Chevy.
Yeah. I think I spent my whole 20s trying to figure out, like, why is nobody paying attention to me? It's because, I only talk. I have no foundation.
Why would anyone? Dude, I thank the good Lord every day. There is anybody who wants to listen, follow, read, whatever. I'm like, I don't get it, man,
Right.
but okay.
Right, because when you're younger, you're like, why does everybody pay attention to this person? Oh, because they're a professional athlete
They're
that has
awesome.
incredible credibility and also happens to be good at talking. Like,
yep, for real, man.
Biz
really
is like that. Biz, Paul Bissonnette, TNT, where Spittin' Chicklets. He's one where I'm like, I watch him. I'm like, that's what I think a broadcaster should be. A podcaster should be. Like he's so good
I
at
think
it.
he's going to be like the NBA. Inside the NBA guys are so big.
Yes.
But the NBA is so well established that all kind of makes sense. I think what Biz is going to end up doing for hockey is probably more important than what they're doing right now for the NBA.
I think Biz, we could look back on a bit. This is obviously extremely over the top, but like there's a chance Biz is more important to hockey than McDavid.
Right. No, for real though. Because like McDavid is so good. Austin Matthews, I know these names. I'm not going to watch. I don't know. But if there's something funny and entertaining and then you kind of draw me in and
that is wild.
Getting the people is more important than just being good. You know?
When you can stumble on something like there can be a show that's so good that me is not a hockey fan or me is not a guy who's watching basketball. It's like, yeah, but I want to see what's going on inside the NBA. I want to see what's going like I'll watch this hockey podcast even though
and even if I don't ever sit down and watch, full 3 periods of hockey, it's like I know who you are. I'll watch an appearance because I met you through Biz or what,
Yes.
And it just raises the level of the whole league.
Yeah. So it's a wild thing that's how powerful these shows have gotten.
For real. and the fact that Biz, who's like amazing at this, but he's our idiot. And he might be, the guy who grows the NHL more than anybody. It's wild.
Is it exhausting for you, Kevin?
Yes, whatever the answer.
Exhausting. Because like you not only follow sports but also are like so unnecessarily deep into stupid pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there going, I'm like, listen, I love this show, The Traitors. But this is a show that there are like a handful of shows that I'm like, this isn't even for radio. This one's for me. I'll watch Gabby Petito and I'll talk about the Gabby Petito dog. But Traitors, nah, they're not going to care. And then for you, you're like, yeah, I'm watching The Traitors.
Well, I really, this is like a recent thing. We've always talked about television, and we were always like, we never did it like formally for our content. It was always like, because then you have to worry about spoilers, or you have to worry about your audience being too niche or whatever. And I came to realize that like I do talk about sports, but the only other thing that I really can do all the time is watch television.
You love TV stuff.
Yeah, I'm just always just watching TV. I play video games a little bit, but I'm not good enough to like do the gaming thing,
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me go after it and just talk about TV content. So that's all within like the last couple weeks. So.
Couple weeks. This is brand new.
Yeah, brand new. I mean, it's really like not even off the ground. The YouTube channel, like it's such a. I find it so hard to crack the YouTube nut, and I feel like the one thing you need to do is like focus on one lane. So that's I'm going after it. Even within that, people are like, well, if you talk about The Traitors and then you talk about White Lotus, like that's too much of a different. Like, Jesus, you have to literally do one thing, and that's it on YouTube. So I don't know if I can do that because I'm a little more jack of all trades, master of none. But yeah, I'll Dude, Traitors is considered highbrow with some of the shit I'm going to be talking about.
Yeah, I feel like you could probably do Traitors and like House. You watch any of the Housewives stuff? I don't watch any of the house.
There's Summer House is.
You're like a Summer House guy?
Yeah.
That was one. That was for me.
Bro, I watched this. I watched it for me. I made a Summer House video the other day that I have not put out because I was like, once you do this, there's no going back. You will be judged. You will be judged. But there's a bunch of girls on my like Instagram being like, put it out.
I don't know. You're hovering over the button like is it time? Yeah, because I watched that Traitors show because number one, it's a fantastic show. It's awesome. But number two, I don't know who any of these reality stars are. Like I know the guys that have been doing the challenge for like 35 years at this point. Yep. Like the 50-year-olds that are still doing the challenge. I know who Wes is. Yeah. I know who that guy Boston Rob is.
Oh, legend.
Yeah, I know those. I know who the 50-year-old reality stars are.
Yeah. But watching 50-year-old reality stars like continue their growth through social media is interesting. It is. Like, all right, maybe time to hang it up, Johnny.
I give them props though. Like they probably at the time. I remember meeting Johnny Bananas and a couple other people in Cancun when that was like their bread and butter. They did like Student City packages where it was like you get a wristband and you get to meet the Johnny guys Bananas. From the MTV, Yeah. And at that point, it was probably like they had been on for a couple seasons and they turned it in from that into like, you got like a late night show on NBC at one point. And like you can just hold on for, that's what I said about Barstool. I'm holding on.
I remember a friend getting, I forget who it was, but it was, someone of that ilk, to their bar at Quinnipiac when I was in college, and they were like, you should come, so-and-so's coming to the bar. And I was like, that is the saddest invite I've ever received, and I will not be attending. And you're right, but I went from like doing bars in New Haven to like late night television.
Because also, you know, if you're not, well, if you really like that show, those people are like your heroes.
They're
crazy.
guys.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there are people who would just die to talk to these people. So.
Yeah. Like I had no idea who any of these Summer House housewives.
Yeah.
None of them were. None of the Bravo verse. I didn't know who any of them
Yeah.
were until I started watching that Traitors show.
Right.
And then I had to like start asking around, like, is this Tom Sandoval guy? Like, is he an idiot? Like, what's his deal?
Yo, Tom Sandoval, he might legitimately be the stupidest person ever on television.
Right. Then I was like, is this like a known thing? Because I'm just finding this out.
I'm praying that he wins. Like, he's so fucking stupid
He's
that
so
I'm like, what if he
stupid.
just weasels his way into like the whole this show, John, is so funny.
You never seen The Traitors?
Never. I
It's
avoid
outrageous.
reality TV like heroin.
Yeah, he
where
hates
I'm like, everyone says it's so good. I'm like, I'm gonna not try it.
You got Peacock?
I got Peacock. Yeah,
Traitors. You gotta watch Traitors. You gotta watch Traitors.
Dude, they're like, by this point in the game, people are picking up on everything, and so it's like it's either this person or this person, and they're arguing about it. And then Tom Sandoval will come in and be like, I think it's Feidelberg. And it's like, no one is even talking. Like, not a chance in hell, dude. He's so bad.
There was one scene where they could have like a round table, right? Where they're all trying to figure out who the traitors are. And like, you kind of know, like you said.
It's one or the other.
And like, he puts out one of these theories that nobody's talked about or addressed. There's nothing to it. And the two of them start bickering. And one of the people at the table had to go, guys, can we do a serious one? Can we just stop?
Bro, they had, there was this one scene. It was like, if you were, everybody who was not a traitor is in the room with this guy, so you know what he was wearing. And this one guy's like, he's like, wait a minute. If you're a traitor, you wouldn't know what he's wearing. So all we have to do is ask everyone to describe the outfit.
Perfect.
And they got this girl. She's like, and it might be editing magic, who knows? But she's like,
Didn't look like it. It looked real. It looked real to me.
He's like, what was Alan wearing? And she was like, and she's like really flustered, and Tom Sandoval goes, it was the black hat with the kilt. And he was like, no. He's like, we just told you the plan, Tom.
I was like, what do you yeah.
So good.
Forget it. Yeah, I just watched one where they had to like they were in like a house full of dolls, and all of the dolls had like a song, but it was a nursery rhyme backwards, and they had to call back to the house to help figure out what this nursery rhyme was.
Hum it
Right.
backwards, and then they had a device that would play it forwards.
But Tom goes like this. He goes, I'm the only one in here who's like musically gifted. Like he's like, I got perfect pitch. And so they literally have this guy on camera, and he's sitting on the porch of this house, and he's listening to a doll, and he's got one hand on his ear.
Beyonce ear.
Yeah. And he's going, and like the doll goes like, and then Tom Sandoval with his hand on his ear is going, and when he's convinced that he has it, when he's like, I got it, he runs to the, don't talk to me. He runs to the phone before he loses it and goes, listen. And everyone on the other end of the phone is going like, what?
In his defense, though, they got it.
They did get it.
He got it.
They
He was right.
He's got perfect pitch.
They get it. Yeah, he does have perfect pitch. Yeah, it is. I mean, I can't believe that I'm watching the show and enjoying it and feeling the desire to continue to watch it. But like, I've watched every episode.
This is the first season U.S., right?
No, this is the third season.
Oh shit!
But
I just started.
I would say it's the first one that really popped. Like, it's popular, but Boston Rob was a big deal. And there's some good drama. So there's always like one season where all of a sudden it just hits that like tipping point.
Yeah.
But that show, those shows to me, like watching like Summer House is like, yeah, that's embarrassing. Don't
That's
tell
tough.
anybody. You know what I mean?
That's tough.
But those shows, I think, are like competitive. Like, I think that there's like a mental, I mean, yeah, it's still trash television, don't get me wrong, but I think it's way different than being like, I watch The Bachelor, than like it's like a competition in my mind. You're a Bachelor girl?
Hey,
I don't know either. I've had my time sitting there talking about roses before, so I'm not above it.
Right. There is, I mean, you could say there's a degree of competition to The Bachelor, right?
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
I don't know. I don't watch The Bachelor. There is.
Yes. You're competing for love. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like one of her first days as an intern, I just happened to say, I was like, yeah, The Bachelor's completely fake. She was like, what? What do you know? I don't think so.
We just went out to the Love is Blind set. We did our podcast from within the pods. That's a show where you can't see.
Oh,
each
I
other.
love Love is Blind.
Yeah. That one.
Only, by the way, only the first like few episodes. I can never keep going with Love is Blind.
Once like, oh, what are you happy? You're married? Get the fuck out of here.
But you did the pod from the actual.
In the pods, yeah.
That's amazing.
He was on one side of the wall. I was on the
That's
other.
so funny.
It was really cozy. I'll give it that. It was really cozy.
Did you enjoy it?
being on
the
set.
pods and on the set.
I mean, it was it was cool.
Kevin got comfy fast.
Yeah, I took off my,
Kevin
my
had
feet.
on
I was on the blankets. It was like they do on the show. They you start out sitting there, and then by the end of it, you're like sprawled out on the couch. Yeah,
and because you've watched it,
yeah,
you're like, this already feels like home.
We had like the cameras where they have like these sparkly lights in front of our face. It was very dramatic. But,
yeah, I like watching that show. I love, and I've never actually followed a season all the way through, but I will when the mood strikes me. I love watching that show, The Circle.
Dude,
what's that one?
It's so good because to me it feels like it's such a great showcase of like we're done, like society is over, like we're finished, like we don't know.
Dystopian.
The Circle's the one that finally got
the
you.
The Circle is it. The Circle is like
draw a line somewhere.
It's the dystopian because it's like this competition reality show, except nobody actually sees each other. Everybody gets their own apartment, and then they have a screen in front of them and a chat. And so every game is played by the chat telling them what game they have to play. And then the hidden cameras in these apartments that they're in completely by themselves, they're all still playing the games. And then they communicate with each other by like chatting, which you can also direct message. And some of them are catfishing.
Right, some people
because
nobody like a 40-year-old woman when they're like a 25-year-old man.
They never interact. They just go and then. But to me, the fact that because like my wife has walked into the room and gone like, what the fuck are you watching? Because it's this television show where I'm watching this good-looking human being look at a monitor and go, boy, I've never seen anything like that before. LOL, smiley face, winky face, smiley face. And she's like, this is a show? What are you watching?
I think I was on this show from ages 12 to 16.
Yeah. It's AOL chat rooms and a TV show.
Yeah.
I saw a clip, I don't know who it is because I watched that show, but it was a guy who was on it, and he was like, for 2 months, I was alone in an apartment.
Crazy.
And he was like, I was alone in an apartment pretending to be a 40-year-old woman named Susan.
Right.
Whatever.
Texting. Doing nothing but speak texting.
I guess it's like you win. There's a way to win, right? And I guess if people feel like, oh, that's the mom, single mom or something, like maybe you'd have a better chance of winning.
Oh,
so
I see.
People get like, there's a house vote. People get eliminated. And when I say house, I mean, I guess apartment building.
But this guy said that the producers tell them, if you want to be on television more, narrate like your whole life because we need material, and he said when he went home he was like living with people again. He would be like, time to make an omelet, and they were like, what the fuck are you? Shut up, dude, why are you just narrating yourself?
That's so
2 months
psychotic.
is a long time, man.
It's
By yourself?
really long time.
That's crazy. That's some stir crazy shit,
especially really narrating everything that you do to have to.
And what's the prize of The Circle? Probably like $25,000.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, maybe.
we're not
12.5.
Yeah, 12.5 after taxes.
You gotta pay taxes.
But then they all think, they're going to get famous and maybe end up on the Traders.
When the Traders is what you're aspiring to, that's usually other people's landing spots.
Start at bars in New Haven, and then you work up to there.
That is nuts, because I feel like when all this started, when the Real World started and all that, you'd always see a cast member who their dream was to be an actress or a singer, or they wanted to be famous, but they wanted to be famous for like real reasons. Yeah. And now they go on reality shows just because I want to be the next Johnny Bananas. I want to be the next. I want to be the next famous reality show.
I mean, you can there are people who get, especially some of the girls, you get millions of followers.
Yeah.
Once you get a few million followers, you are like your own business. You just do brand
Doesn't that
deals.
guy from The Bachelor have a podcast that's pretty big?
They literally
Nick,
they all
all of them.
Yeah.
Vial, but Vial Files or whatever, Vial Files. So you really can. But then the other side is like there's all the guys in Love Is Blind this season are just being absolutely exposed by all the women back home in Minnesota who are like, this guy's a creep. This guy's like, he like gets booze and drugs for underage kids. This guy's a womanizer. Yeah, it's like,
what is that? How is that your thing?
That's his jam.
He
apparently
regularly buys booze and drugs for young.
Honestly,
look, you do it once or twice. That's all fair game.
I literally hang out in gas stations waiting for kids who need booze and drugs.
If you do that shit, you have to know you're going to get exposed.
Yeah.
It's like you burned every girl in Minneapolis, and now you're going to go on a Minneapolis dating show, and they're not going to hop on like their Facebook groups and be like, that guy's a fucking scumbag.
It is great when people still, after all we've seen so many people become public figures, and they've been just destroyed by it, and people still don't
sign me up for fame.
Yeah.
Dude, the fame is like the worst.
The worst.
You want the money.
Right.
to offset the fame. But if you don't get the money, the fame is
and
terrible.
they're not getting the money.
No.
But they're pretty sure it'll just be adulation. Like people will just cheer
to
me.
have that kind of confidence.
Yeah.
If
God
I get
bless
famous, the world will love me.
Like,
The
remember
world
that-
needs more of me.
There was a guy on 90 Day Fiance that like they were like, hey, this guy's literally been arrested for domestic violence. This is who this guy is. And like everybody found out about it. And the producers are just like, oh,
Whoops.
guess we better get him off the show. So now he's not off the show. Now he's off the show. And the only thing he's famous for is, oh, that's the domestic violence guy from 90 Day Fiance.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, good.
Well
It's a good
done.
thing that you did that.
Yeah, I think Love is Blind's background checks are like, are you a criminal? And you say no, and you're like, good enough.
Cool.
That's it.
If we find out on Twitter, we're going to fire you.
Yeah, they low-key love the drama. You know, it's like, whoops, oh no, oh, he's a bad guy. Okay,
that's-
everyone tune in.
That's the other thing. I don't think that they care at all.
Dude, this
is only good.
This season was like a lot of people kind of working out. Like it was like the experiment was working, and everyone's like, boring.
Yeah.
Give me fucking hellfire and brimstone. I want people screaming at each other, man.
I was watching the premiere of Bar Rescue last night, and I was like, and
Wait, hang on. So you're still in on like season premiere? Gotta watch my man Taffer.
Gotta see what Taffer does today.
You think he's gonna turn this bar around?
and I was like,
Taffer's the man, by the way.
he's the
great.
best.
Yeah.
And I go, and I've seen them all. So
Yeah.
I go, there's more. I'll be
You've
there.
seen every Bar Rescue?
I mean, I went through a phase when I was doing the night show that you did.
Yeah.
Like I was working from 9 to midnight. And so they would do Bar Rescue. And so my whole schedule was way off balance, right? So like Bar Rescue would come on Sundays, but they don't tell you. They just keep playing it until like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I just sit there.
They don't tell you.
They don't tell you. It just keeps going. It just, how long are you? I mean, it's like
Little known fact about.
it's a game of chicken. Like we guarantee Bar Rescue will be on as long as you're sitting. Oh, really? Because I can see her for a long time. You better have a lot of episodes.
It's Bar Rescue versus Ridiculousness on MTV.
Right.
Yeah. You go on the longest.
And I just be sitting there watching Bar Rescue after Bar Rescue after Bar Rescue.
Shut it down.
Yeah, going like these never get bad. They're all good, except it was a friendly one this week.
Yeah, you know what?
And I don't want that for the premiere.
You want someone being like, "Fuck you, John. You don't know what you're talking about."
That's what I
And
love.
He's like, "I invented NBA ticket or whatever."
Yeah. Yeah, he walked into the bar this time and he's like, do you know what you're doing wrong? And the guy's like, really? I kind of don't know what I'm doing. I'm really glad you're here. And I was like, oh. He's like really looking for help, and I think he's going to get it. This is okay.
No, thank you on that.
You're not having to stick your chin out, your chest out, nothing.
Yeah, I think last time we had Taffer on the show was COVID. It was like March 2020.
Yep.
Like it was.
Yeah, it was prime time COVID.
It was so good. Taffer was the best. He's like, I'm gonna get rich as hell during this. he's like, every restaurant shutting down. I'm buying all of them.
I remember straight up being like, so wait a minute, like some of these places are all going to have to sell for like pennies on the dollar, and he was like, yo, oh yeah.
He's like, I'll come in. I'm ready. It was so funny.
I've got money. I'm not poor because of COVID. I own Las Vegas now.
And that show was back quick
Yeah.
after COVID. Like there was like Bar Rescue.
They're at K-Rock's bar in fucking
100%.
Nashville.
It was so funny that first season back. It was like, why is this bar going out of business? And every single episode was like, well, COVID.
Nobody's here.
Yeah, we hadn't had any customers for a year. Like, yeah. Have you been so as much as you like the drama of television, when the drama spills into sports, we love this?
And what do you mean?
Meaning, like when there's a drama story, like we were talking this morning about what's his name, Steve Smith's senior. We love this.
Oh, brother, let me tell you something. Not only do I just love it on a personal level, it is so good for business. That guy is crazy, though. The dude who put himself on blast like that.
We really
who's
thought
now running like he deleted his whole account and everything, because I'm pretty sure he's like bordering on some probably illegal shit.
He's like the reality stars we were just referring to.
Right.
Like, you sure you want to take this public and,
And he
see how the world reacts?
He was like, that was not like he did it and then was like, oh, wait a minute. People were like, yo, you should not do this, and like it's embarrassing for you. And he replied being like, the world's gonna remember Steve Smith fucking my wife a lot longer than they're gonna remember me, which is true. No one's gonna remember his name, but but that's not a reason to do this. And so that was his initial thought. And now by like yesterday, he deleted his account, and everyone was kind of like, this is kind of like revenge porn. You're like breaking into people's accounts. You're doing a whole bunch of shit that's like
recording their phone conversations.
I don't know what the rules are.
Phone calls.
He called Steve Smith and recorded the phone call. Which,
I didn't see
there's
that.
one party, two party thing in certain states. You have to like tell the person you're recording.
And the phone call is hilarious because he's like, you knew she was married, and Steve Smith just goes like, sorry.
He goes, what do you have to say for yourself? I'm sorry.
Steve Smith has to be a veteran of that game.
Oh yeah.
Like how many husbands have caught their wives cheating on them with Steve Smith?
Yeah.
A good amount. A good amount.
Like without saying it, he was basically like, you should probably talk to your wife about this. I don't know. I'm not
doesn't involve me at all.
I'm not going to make you feel better.
And then, you know what the worst was? A picture of the girl finally surfaced, and she actually is a hot chick.
Yeah,
relatively speaking. But the one picture was like she was at a football game. She wasn't dolled up. She had like a beanie on. It just wasn't a great picture. And man, the comments were just someone was like, she's built for endurance. She said she's built for endurance, not luxury. And I was like, someone called her a mid-white. I mean, this is the meanest shit. That's
it's like, dehumanizing.
It really is.
When the internet,
that was the one. I mean, she's prettier than that, but that was the one.
She
that
looks like a lovely person.
Yeah.
But also the problem is that before people saw that photo, they saw a text that she had sent where she told Steve Smith that he had rearranged her IUD.
Legitimately, I swear to God, I'm not just saying this for effect. I would rather walk in on someone fucking my wife and like see it than even just have that text be out there. Like, I would almost rather she actually cheats versus that text is out there and I'm not.
I agree.
I would agree with that.
I would agree.
It's like the monster in a movie. Like, like I saw it. All right,
I know it's as bad as it gets.
I saw it.
Right
now, I can go forward, but
there's something
the
scarier.
Whole world,
there's something scarier about Michael Myers. Lurking in the shadows than Jason Voorhees with his machete.
Yes, and deep is an understatement. It felt like you were going to rearrange my IUD.
You were so deep, and then she writes,
LOL. Winky face emoji. Yeah, well, I mean that. Like to even if you were like, I'm gonna put you on blast. Like, leave that one out.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Just crop that one, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane because you're right. Because there's something about like, oh, you got carried away in. You can convince yourself she got carried away in a moment of this physical like. This is like I'm just living my day-to-day life going, you know what? I should text Steve.
Rearrange my guts.
Yeah.
His selfies were insane too.
Oh, crazy.
Like, when like that picture that's such a like I'm a multimillionaire and I've been awesome my whole life.
Yeah.
Because like I we've joked in the past like, oh, if your nudes leaked, if your sex leaked, like that's my A1 game. So I'd rather you see that. Steve Smith's like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah. I just realized what that picture looks like. That picture looks like the Ricky Gervais bathtub photo.
Yeah. Someone said the kid they like pray for my cousin, y'all, nothing wrong with him, he just looked like a honey bun.
But you know what? Dude. No matter how unflattering that selfie is, he's like, that's the Ricky Gervais. But you know what? No matter how unflattering that selfie is, if what's right under it is a text about the IUD thing, it's like, you know what?
Right there.
He's like,
dude, to send a text, turn you over and get deep inside you with that face is so fucking cocky. I love
nuts.
It. That's the best game somehow I've ever seen in my life.
Like, that's a guy that you don't call looking for an apology from because he does not give a fuck.
That's literally the face on the other side of the phone you're talking to. Like, he's sitting exactly like that.
That guy being like, he was like, come on, man, like, you know, you fuck somebody's wife and now you've got me on the phone. Like, say something. It's like, I don't think he cares, bro.
I don't care.
I don't think he like didn't know and now is like, oh no. I think he's like, I'm fucking this guy's wife.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a wife and 4 kids. He's got his own problems.
I know. That shit is ugly, man. That's
but
crazy.
You know, I mean, with that face, it doesn't seem concerned about much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
that's
just,
the game, bro.
He's just living his life.
I'm pretty sure that like he has probably fucked everybody from like Baltimore to North Carolina, like that whole area.
Yeah, you wonder if his wife is just like, yeah.
Right, like
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I work for the Ravens or whatever. You know,
at this point,
how it works. You know?
Yeah.
And then he did like a public appearance last night too, right?
Did he?
I don't know for sure, but I thought he like led the Ravens band last night.
Well, that's what
Or 2
she's
nights
like
ago.
a part of the.
She's in the band.
Oh, okay. So maybe it was an old video
thing,
or something
yeah,
like
that
that.
makes
That
sense.
must have been
That
what it
makes
was.
That would be great if he did, though. Just to be like, we're getting in front of this.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's not talk about the old stuff. It's like, it just happened today. No,
24 hours old. See, being the conductor, that was pretty good.
I was like, it's Monday. That's like a weekend thing. We're not really going to talk about that. Okay, Steve. The husband's just losing his mind.
Yeah, like he's not gonna like win this. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, there's no good outcome.
No, you also like, you can, especially when the dude is a professional athlete. We
just talked about it. Like when you're a professional athlete, like you just win. You know what I
win.
mean? Yeah.
You can't get mad if you're the husband. You can't get mad at the dude.
I never really understood that.
Yeah, I mean, like emotionally, of course, you're gonna have feelings.
Somebody
but-
told me this. I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody told me in North Carolina you actually can. There's like legal recourse against the person who like breaks up your marriage. I don't know if that's true or not. I heard it like
Really?
third hand because I think they are, or he at least played in North Carolina or whatever. So I don't know where this is taking place. Because I was saying like, you know, it's scummy, but like the person who you have the problem with is your spouse. But someone was like, no, you can see that person. I don't know if that's true or not.
But
That's
if you
just-
can, I mean, people always say like they avoid lawsuits because of discovery.
Yeah,
I can't
let's
imagine.
open these books.
Every text being out there open to the public. Maybe you just take the out. You know what I mean? Like, don't even worry about it.
That's that Blake Lively and Baldoni shit. It's like, you want to go down this road? They're opening up every fucking message.
That's another one that I tried to talk to my audience about, and I was literally getting phone calls going,
"Shut the fuck
Why
up.
the fuck are you talking about this?"
I get that. He's the same way. He's like, I don't want to hear about this anymore. But I think there's something very interesting about like, at the end of the day, they're really doing this like to take over a movie franchise,
right?
And that to me is like a valid business.
It's not that I don't
entertainment.
want to hear about it. It's just that I can't comprehend how they don't want to figure it out by themselves.
It's insane.
That's what I don't get. Like
And
both
there
of them
are-
having like a statement one day, and then the next group has a statement the next day. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't you 3 or 4 or whatever just want to go behind closed doors and just talk, and then come out and tell us the deal?
Yeah.
And there's also so many elements to all that you're going, I shouldn't have this information.
Yeah, we
Why do
know
I
too much about each other.
Yeah, like I don't want to have it.
Right.
I
They're talking
shouldn't
about
have it.
Blake Lively breastfeeding and like
Yeah, what?
arguing about her weight and shit. I'm like, what is this?
Although
But when someone's like, I mean, that guy's fucking life is basically on the line. His reputation, it's his actual sexual harassment charge. It's like all fucking made up. That's kind of crazy.
daily receipt drop. Here's more receipts. Here's my raw
When you
footage
got-
from the
when
And
movie.
then they're like, well,
Nothing
he
to hide.
edited those ones, and then they
Yeah.
put out these ones. Like, well, they edited those ones. Like, just go talk to each other. God damn.
I also did think it was interesting that we had a first-hand account of a Taylor Swift Hollywood Mafia situation. Did you know about that part of it?
Well, I know she said like that's my Khaleesi or whatever, right?
Right, because and they're going to get mad at me again. I don't care. Because to me, we have evidence of a Hollywood Mafia, and we need to talk about this. It's very interesting to me. You know, we don't deal with this in our day-to-day. But they said that Blake Lively had Justin go over to her house because she had rewritten one of the scenes. And when Justin got there, Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds were there. And they sat down.
They said, kiss the ring.
Yeah. They sat down with Justin Baldoni, and they were like, hey, we really think Blake's rewrites are better. Don't you think so? And it was like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like the fact that like Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds are putting on the pressure.
Taylor Swift's going to end up having like Blake Lively killed so that this doesn't go to a courtroom. Like, I am not getting involved in this shit.
Taylor Swift doesn't want to be involved in this. She's like, everybody loves Taylor Swift.
No, and I understand what you're saying, but I also think there's some part of Blake Lively being like, Taylor Swift, and she's kind of like,
totally.
I mean, we're just like friends. I'm not like, you know what I mean? She's
wouldn't
painting
that-
this picture of like, she, you know, makes all the decisions for this movie. It's like, oh, wait a second.
That's my best friend.
Right.
Like,
She
we
named-
hung out
she named
once last year.
3 of her kids, Taylor Swift's the godmother. That's a little. That's like
Yeah,
that's
that's
like you're
weird.
trying to make. You know, like, you want to be the godfather? You want to be again?
Of this one, too?
Yeah, like you just want to be connected to Taylor Swift.
I mean, you probably should mix it up with the Godmothers.
Dude,
right?
Everybody does that. It's this uncle, that aunt, this
Yeah.
brother, that sister. You don't just pick a celebrity and
You'll
do it.
all live with Taylor Swift if something happens to me.
Taylor should make it clear too. Like, I'm not taking any of it.
Yeah, I'm a figurehead only.
I'll put him in a song, but like, I'm not taking any.
You mean
of
like a ceremonial godmother, right? Not, you know.
And I don't know for sure. I think the craziest part is I think they have 4 kids. It's only Which is really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I also was getting very intrigued because I had kind of totally forgotten about Bullygate because it was like 12 years old or whatever. The thing on the Dolphins when with Richie Incognito.
Yeah. He was like recently completely exonerated, right?
Well,
not completely, but it was like
so. Jonathan Martin is the guy. So it was like Jonathan Martin. It was kind of when I saw what like the prank was. I was like, that's actually kind of a funny thing to do to somebody.
What was the prank?
So they have like the whole Dolphins team is eating, and they were like, "Hey, Jonathan, come join us." He's like, "Oh, great! I'm sitting by myself. Let me come join them." And he sits down at the table with them. They all stand up and leave.
Classic ditching.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, it's one of the best. Yeah. It's one of the best.
We used to just run away from people all the time.
Yeah.
We were all on the count of 3. Let's run away from John, and we would just leave him there.
Kick your bike over. I'd be gone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see me for 20 minutes.
I mean, do you know the joy that would come across me when we all, like a group of us would be out eating and one person after we got the check would be like, I'm just going to use the bathroom before we leave. Oh my God. He's going to go to the bathroom. We can all leave. He's going to come back to an empty table. This is going to be great. Okay, go to the bathroom. You're like, please go, please go, please go. Yeah. But I guess he said there was like Richie Incognito was like leaving voicemails and sending texts and everything. So he said he was being bullied. And then he said that he had to leave for mental counseling.
Yeah.
Right? And then his mother started talking about how her son was being bullied by the Dolphins. Which is always what you need.
Yeah, that makes the situation better.
Way better. And so the NFL did an investigation into the bullying. And they were like, yep, bullying for sure. And Richie Incognito got I think he was benched for a season and a half.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was a long time.
Crazy.
It was like the rest of that season, and then it was the rest of that season during the investigation, and then when they were like, yup, you're a bully, it was the next season as well.
Did he ever play for the Dolphins again? Because he went to Buffalo after that, and then the Raiders for a bit, I think.
I think you're right. Yeah,
this was also prime, you get suspended for a game if you beat your wife, NFL.
Yeah. Right.
Like it was that era.
Not even.
Yeah, right. It was like a game check, maybe. And he lost 2 years of his career.
Yeah. And now just out of nowhere, Jonathan Martin was doing an interview with ESPN, and they were like, man, it's been a while, let's catch up with this Bullygate thing.
Bro, take that to the grave.
Right? Yeah. Jonathan Martin was like, oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I've been trying to clear that up for a while. I never felt bullied. I'm glad I've been trying to clear this up.
Where have you been trying to clear it up?
Yeah.
Send a tweet. That's it.
I can't imagine the reporter going, what?
Yeah.
What? What are you never felt ever? No, I never did. He was like, it was mainly, he goes, I don't know. He was like, the NFL investigation was Jonathan Martin said that the investigation was like a clown show.
The fact that they even call it the Ted Wells investigation, like it's the fucking Warren Commission. What are we talking about here?
And then he said it was mainly my mom pushing that narrative.
Dude,
what are you doing? Because part of me was going, maybe he's just now saying, I didn't consider it bullying because he wants to, because it's kind of humiliating to be an adult.
Yeah.
Bully victim, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's saying no, I didn't really think it was bullying. But when you say it was mainly my mom who said it was bullying, it's like, this is worse.
The worst. The only thing worse is if your mom sends a text to somebody saying you rearranged my IUD. The only way it can get worse.
That would be worse. So now Richie Incognito has been going nuts.
Now, to be fair,
on Twitter,
Richie Incognito is for sure a bully. You look at him, you see him. He did send those texts and voice messages that were you big pussy. He's a big bully.
I'm reading all these articles, right? And they were they said that it was threatening text message that were also racist and voicemails. And then the sort of Richie Incognito did nothing wrong is just Jonathan Martin saying, well, I never felt bullied. The text and voicemails definitely still exist.
But it was you fat bitch.
Right.
Yeah, no fucking, I don't know. It's there's going to be bullies in the NFL. And if you were to draw a cartoon bully, it would be Richie Incognito. Richie Incognito might be a nice guy who looks at himself in the mirror and he goes, I got to bully people today.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
I see the back of someone's head, I have to smack it. I can't not.
I'm throwing your lunch tray in the garbage. I have to do this.
And by the way, luckily I'm an NFL football player, so that's the one.
You know what? Give him a podcast. podcast. Incognito report. Here we go.
You said you tried to ruin my career over a lie. A decade later, yeah, he's going. Which is the reporter that he's going after hard?
Florio, I think.
Yeah,
He's a big part of it. Yeah, Pro Football.
Also, I'd like to point out Ted Wells also did the Deflategate investigation. Just saying.
This man has no credibility.
Yeah, let's go back and look at all of his investigations.
It's like, I've been watching House of Cards recently, and there's a Supreme Court justice who wants to retire because he has
You
dementia.
thought now he's like, I got to start watching these spacey shows. You're like,
This
now
guy's great.
If I'm going to tell you the truth about House of Cards, I recently did a rewatch and decided to keep it to myself.
Dude, I was in DC, and like the second I was in DC, I could just play the House of Cards theme in my head.
Show, man.
Yeah.
It's a great show that got bad fast.
It got
Way faster than we remember.
Yes.
When he became president.
Yep. I was going to say,
Horrible.
by season 3, it sucked.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Even
Before he
season
left,
2,
before he
which
left, it was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
right.
It was not great.
Yeah, season 1 was
But that
excellent.
really, I mean, that I think without that show, I don't know where. Like that was the first Netflix like scripted, drama that probably
I think
launched
Spacey has
1,000 ships.
recently said, he's like, I built Netflix.
Yeah, well,
which
I
is
mean-
a cocky move. Not totally incorrect.
Bro,
but-
I mean, the Netflix dong dong is him hitting the table.
Oh,
in House
really?
of Cards. Yeah.
I didn't
so,
know
like,
that.
you got a
Really?
really good claim. Like, I made your fucking thing.
And they're like, well, okay, good for you.
See you later.
Thanks
rapist.
a lot.
Cool.
We're gonna go
make
work with
another
non-criminals.
iMovie. But yeah, so you were watching House of Cards, you said.
There's a justice. One, I think it's like season 4, so everyone probably stopped watching by then. But like he wants to retire because he's got dementia, and Spacey's like, you got to retire.
Oh, yeah,
because,
I remember that.
Like then they're going to start going through all your cases. We should do that with Ted Wells.
Yeah.
Now that this one has been made completely false, let's go through all of them.
Yeah. This feels like not so much a Richie Incognito problem, mainly a Ted Wells problem.
Yeah. That's why I want us all to really focus on with this story.
Yeah. I could see Richie Incognito trying to push this off into like a podcast or YouTube or like
for sure. Like an anti-bullying, inception thing.
Yeah, I can see
Justice
that.
for the bully.
I mean, John Rocker just made a comeback
Yeah.
on social
Wait,
media.
what happened? We cancel our fight?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I think Mahomes' agent stepped in and was like, absolutely not.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Is that right?
John Rocker was supposed to fight Patrick Mahomes
I know
Sr.
we were talking about it because Patrick Mahomes Sr. had to tell his parole officer that they fixed that the fight in New Orleans was fake.
Did he really?
Yeah, we were like,
is
we were
funny.
like, oh shit, John Rocker and Mahomes Sr. just getting into it on the Bourbon Street, and then TMZ was like, yeah, Mahomes Sr. had to tell his lawyer or parole officer or whoever
That's so
that, this was staged because we're doing a barstool fight.
That's a great like cop out. Like he gets caught on camera like smoking crack. No, it was a fake. It was fake.
Rough and rowdy.
But honestly,
But that's canceled
like-
now. That figh's not happening.
As far as I understand, yes.
now
Canceled.
this is going to sound crazy because the guy has a $500 million contract and multiple Super Bowls, but poor Patrick Mahomes, and he's just got to wrangle
Bro.
all of these assholes in his family. My annoying wife, my fucking creepy brother, my drunk dad. Like everybody, just go home and here's money. Like go away.
Can you imagine your escape? Your escape when it's like finally everything has calmed down is playing Super Bowl high level football. Like being a Super Bowl level quarterback.
Everything else melts away when I got to play in the Super Bowl. Against
I could just look at Kelsey over there. We could just play this game. And pray to God we go into overtime because I do not want to go back into reality. I mean, that's so.
Hey, Patrick, what motivates you? It's like getting out of the fucking house.
Yeah, for all of us, the pressure of being any level NFL quarterback would, crush us. You know what I mean? Like, we'd be like, this is hell on earth. For him, it's like it's the only
Dude,
thing.
I was thinking about this the other day. We have a thing at Barstool called The Dozen, The Dozen, which is like a trivia show. Everybody at Barstool pairs up with 3 people, and you answer questions about pop culture and sports. And there are when you get down to like the final questions and it's a close game, I will get nervous playing work league trivia. And I think about the guy who's like, we got a minute left and I got to drive down the field against the biggest, meanest humans in the world. And, and they just do it. And I'm like, wait, is that Susan Sarandon or Sigourney Weaver?
And also, by the way, we're paying you millions of dollars. We have an expectation on you to perform.
The highest level.
Go do it.
Go ahead. Do it. Like I always think about baseball when somebody goes up, it's like bottom of the ninth, game 7. It's like we need a home run. Like not a walk, not a little blue single. We need a home run. And they do it.
And there's a man on that pile of dirt who throws balls at 100 miles an hour and very much wants you to not hit a home run.
He can make them dance, literally. And you have to hit it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he didn't. Now you must. And you're our last shot.
And here's a round bat.
Like,
what?
I remember there was that like era when like analytics really got big in sports.
Moneyball.
And they were like, clutch doesn't exist. And as someone who grew up like a Red Sox fan in the David Ortiz era, I was like, you can show me any statistic you want. It exists. Yeah. There's no convincing me, no mathematical equation is going to convince me that clutch doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like it's just not human. Like 90% of people are going to get up there and be nervous and you're shaking and your head's not right. And then there are people who are just like, don't care. That's a thing. Yeah. That's a fucking thing. I don't
or
care
like
what
just,
you say.
something clicks in.
Yeah,
where it's like,
even
no,
like Brady was talking recently, and like maybe it's not like a clutch gene, but it's like I'm such a freak that I prepare so much that I was not nervous. Whatever you want to call it, there's a difference between people in big spots and not big spots.
Yeah, I mean the ability to laser focus and go, this is the job. Like you're looking at these human beings that are elite athletes. Going like, okay, this person goes here. It's so mechanical, and now I do this.
I always think about like their field of vision. Like we're so used to watching it on TV and this angle on television, and we see everything. And it's like they are standing on that field, like looking out at the pitcher, looking out, and I don't know. That's just crazy to me.
In the eye of the storm.
Yeah,
right? Like, there's just chaos around them.
People screaming, lights, the whole nine, and you're just like,
I
gotta hit.
Yeah, you forget that there's also a stadium full of people.
Yeah,
and they've all paid
50,000
tickets.
people are like, fuck yeah.
And by the way,
don't get this hit, and you get the hit.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And on the drive-in, there's a man on the radio saying, "You know who I hate?
Yes.
And it's you.
And we're gonna run you out of town."
Yeah.
One of my best sports days ever was, you can look up the actual date, but Pats played the Saints, and the Sox were playing Detroit. It was 2013, and at Fenway, I watched Brady march down the field, throw a touchdown to Kenbrell Tompkins with no time left. That was the Zolak unicorn show ponies. Where's the beef kind of deal? Yeah. And then that game was the game Poppy went deep for the grand slam in like the 7th, I think. That was like watching those two back to back was like, oh,
you were at both games?
I would no, but I was at. They showed the game on the Jumbotron.
Oh,
like,
got it.
And I was like,
that's hilarious.
Too, like, I was just sitting in my seat, watched Brady to Kenbrell Tompkins, then the Sox started, and Poppy did that. And I was like, those are two freaks.
There are people who either like one of those moments are probably like the best sports moment of their life, and he just had a day. And that's 2 out of like 60.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
That's probably why athletes all like very much believe in God. Because it's unexplainable.
Yeah, it's like, how else can I do this?
Right.
Literally all glory to God. Because there's no explanation for this.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Can you imagine being like an elite athlete? It was October 13th, 2013.
That's good work right there. I say produced.
I mean, can you imagine like being an elite athlete and then looking at normal humans and being like, what do we even...
Yeah, it's like, that's why they spit on you when they see you.
Yeah.
That's why they fuck your wives.
I remember... I can rearrange.
He's like, I'm not sorry. You know what I can do? I'm a different species. Like,
one of my biggest regrets, I missed this. I think it happened a couple times after that, but the first time Alex Rodriguez came to the Barstool office, I wasn't there, and all I heard from everybody was like presence, like all of a sudden like an orbit, like you just find yourself like moving towards him.
Yeah,
just such a freak.
I've never been in the room like with someone like that. Still to this day, it was. I don't like a centrifugal force picked me up from my desk. I don't give a shit about Alex Rodriguez. I mean, I like him. I like baseball, but I was like, I ended up standing like 3 feet from him, and I was like, "How did I get here? What the hell?" Like, why am I standing right here?
Why
Go
am
back
I
to your
touching
desk,
Alex
dude.
Rodriguez right now?
Which is so great because people, not as much anymore, but like when he was playing, talked so much shit about
yeah.
him. But he also knows he's
had-
the most magnetic person in the world.
one of the better, and then it kind of, I think it ebbed and flowed, and the pendulum goes back and forth. But one of the all-time great PR turnarounds was A-Rod.
Oh, because he's actually a really good broadcaster.
And he has great insight where he'll give you like some baseball knowledge and shit. And I think that ended up, now people are kind of annoyed. But for a guy who was banned, shunned, A-roid, steroid, the whole nine, and then it was just like, this guy's got money.
I mean, then you see him on Shark Tank, and it's like, what a charming guy. Right? What a great guy.
Just you see he had a half-court shot to get a Bucknell kid 10. I don't know what the fuck he's doing at a Bucknell game, by the way.
Really?
Does he have a kid that goes there or something?
I have no idea.
He had a half-court shot for like the student got like 10 or 20 grand or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a lot. You want to talk about clutch? That's Alex Rodriguez taking that shot, going, if I miss this, I just got to write a check.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably not even, but has cash on his wallet. It's a funny shot because it goes in and you can't knock him, but it is a little like wonky. It's like you don't really know what you're doing.
Boom,
right?
Like, yeah, with the
but it goes in.
But it goes in.
Yeah, but it's just like
I actually disagree because he kind of pulled up.
Well, so I was thinking about this.
I would think like the running heat.
Agreed. Okay, so here's the thing. I think I've thought about this. I feel like when you shoot like a half court shot, there are like Steph Curry can shoot that like a free throw,
right?
And that's like holy shit. The rest of us know you kind of like throw the ball, you run, and you heave it. You know what I mean? And it's just like that was just kind of. It is a pull up, so you got to give it to him, but it's just a little off. Where it's like it's kind of the essence of A-Rod. It's like that was really athletic, but something's just off.
It's also a tough position because if you really miss, it's going to be everywhere.
You have everything to lose.
Everything
to lose.
Everything.
Portnoy once had a half-court shot that hit like the foul line. but being like the master that he is, he ran with it and spun it like so funny and like
it's honestly it's the craziest half-court shot I've ever seen.
It is.
Portnoy's half-court shot?
Nobody is ever going to remember me
game
for my athletics, but like John knows the day, October 13th. But I saw that and I was like, I like gasped. I was like, wait, what just happened? That's almost like the party patrols. Like, oh, you slipped, you get another shot.
But then he spun it into content.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everything.
I can't remember what it was.
Was his shoulder?
Yeah.
Which is honestly, I was with him down in New Orleans. He can't pick it up anymore.
He's on the verge of surgery. I believe,
it's very genuine. I thought it was kind of him, egging it on a bit. It's very genuine. He cannot shoot a basketball.
Oh, and he had a jersey on and everything. Oh my god!
Oh, that's way closer than I thought it was.
But from the time he throws it, it's not going.
That's way closer than I thought. My mind had made that way worse.
Let's not show that video.
Yeah.
like the legend is like it barely reached the foul line. That's what we're doing.
I might have hit the net. I might owe Dave an apology.
Was there a second one or something? There's a second shooter.
What'd you think of that kid who didn't get the 10,000 at first, and then
such assholes, man.
Who?
The insurance company who wouldn't pay it.
You know who thought? You know who was in here in this room going, his feet were on the line.
He's over the line.
This fucking guy.
If you're gonna throw me under the bus,
Mr.
he was over the line.
I'm gonna look it up. He's over. He is an insurance guy.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. He's the guy denying your payout claim.
Oh yeah, he is. He's the next Luigi Mangio.
If you held my feet to the fire and put me on a lie detector test, I might be like, well, rules are rules.
Come on.
Rules are rules.
Look,
Listen, okay, fine. Rules are rules, but just the bad PR out of being
horrible.
Here's the deal. Like, if Steph Curry took that shot, we give him a 3 for it?
It's at half court.
Yeah, he would get 3 points.
Are we giving him a half court shot?
Honestly, that's kind of.
Are we giving him 4 for it?
I will argue the other side of that. That like in basketball, I feel like when you dunk from the foul line, like sometimes your foot's over the line. Like when you do these ridiculous things, if you're ballpark, you get credit. It's like the ballpark play in baseball.
You know,
touch the bag,
when you see it.
It's a half-court shot.
Come on.
If he goes like past the logo or something, come on. But it's like toe on the line.
All 15 people in that audience were psyched.
You know that when these things hit at these bullshit events, like if you're like Dr. Pepper at the halftime show of the national championship, it's like fine, whatever.
Yeah.
When you're at the UMass Saturday game in like October or whatever, and it's like we owe this kid $25,000.
Yeah, and you know the insurance company got paid like $10.
It's not gonna never happen.
I actually, the insurance company, I'd be like, fine, if you don't want to pay, you don't have to pay. The rules are the rules. But the school should have been like,
I think that's what happened. I think somebody the school did. Yeah,
but it took them a few days.
Yeah, they were not.
UMass Amherst should be like, we're charging you $80,000 a year for a dog shit education. Here's $10,000
for real. I remember back in the 90s, there was that dude at a Bulls game. He hit the 3/4 court shot. It was for $1 million. He was from the other foul line, and he just one hand heaves it, and he had trouble getting that paid out. They were like, "Nah, this ain't happening."
They're looking for any way to not pay him out.
I mean, it's the all like he's just like, boom. Baseballs, football throws it in,
and nobody
and Jordan's hugging it. I mean, it's a great moment because it was at a Bulls game, and so the Jordan and Pippen are like, "Oh shit,
yeah,
that's better than the money." To be honest, well, $1 million, never mind.
$1 million is cool too. Yeah, nobody thinks.
Yeah, this guy's a legend.
Here it is. Look at him. Just from the foul line on the opposite side, and it goes all the way in.
And he's just like, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
They absolutely
all over him.
Love it. That's so
Look at
cool.
MJ hugging you. Like, he's
That's
like,
awesome.
He's like, you want to go gamble with that? yeah. Me and Charles Barkley are about to go blow your life savings. Let's do it.
Let's go have some fun. But you also I didn't even know until this thing with the college that it's all insurance companies doing it.
Yeah.
Like you don't think when you're taking that shot, like you think, oh, if there's any trouble, I'll just talk to the team. And the team's like, no, it's this insurance company. We're not giving you $1 million of our dollars. Nah, come on.
Maybe that was Luigi. He was like, I made that half-court shot. You didn't pay me.
100%.
I remember learning that as a kid because Sox again, Jordan's furniture would give out. They'd have like a window of months where if you bought furniture during that month, if the Sox have a no-hitter that year, all the furniture's free. And I was like, how could they possibly pay that? Like, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, what does that mean? No, it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, what are you, dumb? I was like, I guess so.
The Feidelberg Insurance, capital of the world, they know what they're talking about. I bet you the average person doesn't know that.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea until like weeks ago.
Right.
Like, oh shit, insurance companies are doing that too.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Got their hands in everything.
No clue. Well, you guys are the best. KFC and Feidelberg.
Shit.
Yeah. That was an hour.
That was an hour.
Heavens to Betsy.
That's right. Well, heavens to Betsy. You can expect some of that language on KFC Radio. Available every Tuesday and Thursday. If you haven't, I mean, I'm sure you've checked it out, but if you haven't, they have great comedians and all kinds of stuff on there all the time. And Kevin's going to be talking about, he said, the traders mainly going forward. That's mainly going to be
the traders guy now.
the traders, and they're going to be doing weekly updates on Baldoni and Blake Lively. So check that out.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot of followers from your audience.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming. You guys got to come back.
Thank you so much. Anytime, man.
Anytime. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
And citations.
So like, hey, I'm the inspector. And they have like something, I think they have a webcam strapped to their forehead or something. It's like one of those IRL cameras. And they go, hey, I'm the inspector. And they just walk behind the counter and they start walking through the kitchen going, can I check these fries? Can I check these fries? And inevitably there's always one of the employees following them, giving them like a dirty look going, I don't think that this is the inspector. And somebody has to come and like throw them out. Or they go into like the Home Depot and they go into the break room and sit down with the employees and ask where the food is. And it's just, this is.
I've never seen this before.
It's so, the troll culture on TikTok is so toxic. It's like if I saw my children this is the confliction, right? Because I haven't really evolved that much from high school. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
High school Sam is still in there going, they don't work there. But then also there's adult Sam that's going like, if I ever saw my kids doing this, I'd be horrible. I'd realize I'd failed. Like, it's over.
Like, how dare these children?
Like, well, yeah, this is so disrespectful. But then I go, I mean, watch. You'll see the confliction.
All right, let's see.
Just listen to him. He's got a clipboard.
How y'all doing? How's it going? I was saying about corporate, just do a little quick inspection. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That's looking good.
so funny.
What's going on, boss?
What's going on, boss? He's going into the manager's room.
I was saying about corporate to go ahead and do an inspection for y'all.
What is this, a Carl's Jr.?
Oh.
See the back. Trash can. Nope, that's a no-go. Trash needs to be out right now, all right? Man, everything looks good besides the trash, all right? Doing good closing. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then he leaves. He's got a clipboard that he's holding with no papers attached to it.
That confidence is admirable.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, that is crazy.
But it's a sociopathic confidence as well. You really have to, like... There's a fine line between, like, owning the room confidence and just the confidence to say anything to anybody, where it's like, no, you're broken. The internet broke you as a human, and you're a sociopath. That's that line, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like we just don't care. Like,
nobody cares.
Consequences, what's that?
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
What's the worst they're going to do? Say, hey, get out? Okay.
That's what, and they figured that out.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'll get out.
I feel like you have to pick your location very wisely. Like
Sure.
if you did this in Atlanta at 3 a.m., you might wind up getting a different response.
That's tough. But then some people are like, yeah, no, I like that response too. I like the violence. I like to walk that line. You know, there's
I mean, Luigi's getting glam in jail.
super glammed.
So it's like, who cares?
Who cares? What
Even
difference does
if-
it make?
Yeah.
There's another one. Travis, you're going to love this one. They go to a store.
Okay.
Okay? They clearly check the bathroom first because it's essential that there's somebody going to the bathroom in a stall.
Okay.
Okay? And then they find an employee. Or sometimes it's just another shopper. And they go, excuse me, sir. My brother is locked in the stall in there. Can you help me get him out? And if it's an employee, they unlock the stall. Or if sometimes it's a customer, they look under the stall. And you just hear somebody going, what the fuck? And then the guy just laughs and runs away. Because it's not his brother that's locked in the stall.
All right. Maybe this is it.
Maybe.
My friend is locked in the toilet.
My friend is locked in the
He's
toilet.
locked in the toilet. He can't go out.
He can't go out.
Pardon? The male.
Male was.
Yeah, it's the boy. My mom is locked in the toilet.
It's a terrible thing to do.
No. The boy toilet. Yeah.
Right.
Are you locked in there? What? Are you locked in the toilet? Who are you? I'm the manager. I'm not. What would you mean, lock me?
It's so confusing.
The hell is TikTok?
Okay,
It's
I
so
get. Okay,
stupid.
so there's just a random guy.
It's a random dude in the bathroom. It's just a guy. They just go in. There's a
Excuse me, my
stranger
friend's
that's taking a shit. Right? The stranger's just taking a shit, and then you get one of the employees to try to unlock the stall from the outside, and then you run away laughing.
Huh?
That's the whole prank. And they do it over and over and over again. I'm addicted to them. I'm still watching those.
Who are you?
But again, it's like sociopathy. It's not how humans.
Well, I mean, didn't you guys used to play pranks?
I guess.
But they just weren't recorded?
They weren't recorded.
Obviously.
Yeah. There's something about, even if you're not looking through the phone, even if there's a camera, because some of them really do have weird, like, cameras, like, on a headband or on a hat or something like that. But there's something about knowing that you're filming and knowing that there's an audience behind phones that you're doing this for, that you're completely displaced from the actual room that you're in. So, like, when you go in and you're pranking and you're upsetting everybody that's in the room, if you're in the room and everybody is mad at you, it doesn't affect you at all because you're doing it for the likes, because everybody that's on TikTok is who you're thinking about. So you're still on the internet as opposed to being in the actual room that you're in with the human beings that are there with you. It's a crazy thing.
So like a high school prank that you played, you did that just for yourself?
Well, if you played a prank, right, and then everybody in that room...
Like when you would pretend to be wrestlers on AOL Instant Messenger.
That was the beginning of it. Except, yeah, I never told
That was
you.
just for you.
It's just for me. It was just like, yeah, and it was not... I did not do a convincing job. So
You're
if
like, I'm going to go in this chat room, tell everybody I'm Gold
Hey,
Dust.
I'm Goldust, the WWE guy. What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody, I'm John Bastow.
That was more of a parody than a trick. That was a parody of MySpace.
That wasn't a prank.
That wasn't a prank. That was a parody of MySpace. And it was really a work of art.
I know.
It played the Fitness Made Simple song when you clicked on it.
We used to use chat rooms. We would take you. Did your school give a school phone book? It had everybody in the entire school district.
Probably.
So we would take that, and you could go into. They used to have like sex chat rooms, and you could put you put someone's phone number and like their father's name, and you tell them you're looking for hot M4M action.
Right. And then the beauty of early internet was you'd forget that you did it.
Oh, yeah.
Like you do it on a Friday, you forget that you did it, and then maybe next Monday or Tuesday you'd overhear somebody complaining about it, and you go, "Oh my God, I forgot that I did that." You get the double laugh.
Yeah, my dad's getting all these gay sex calls at 2 a.m.
There's a delayed gratification to it.
I actually just saw on Facebook, I don't know if you're in one, but like my graduating class has like a group on Facebook in high school.
Shout out.
So like I'm in it.
That's a BOCES class?
BOCES?
It's a tech school.
No, man.
Oh. So you didn't go to VOTech?
Nah, but I thought all the kids that did were cool.
I did in either going into high school or at some point in high school. My friend, who was not the strongest student, was like, if you go to BOCES, which was our tech school, you don't have to like go to class. You just go and build shit and work on cars and stuff. I was like, that's an option? He was like, yeah. So I went to my parents and I was like, guys, I want to go to BOCES. And I swear to God, I'll never forget.
Your dad must have looked at you.
They couldn't keep a straight face. They were like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, I want to go to BOCES. They were like, it's a